just a precipitation effect. Now 6 inches more. Actually, it's on North Davis Road. Must be picking Blakey's or up. Huh? Pretty short. Driving near long plank roads. You're driving near Boggerville Boulevard, and I'm South Morgantown Road. We're all different places. Biden, no connection between them two attacks. He's so stupid. Look at him. He don't even know what's going on. Mm-hmm.
One in the middle?
Yep. Yep, he's different.
Not yet. Somebody's home.
Well, she was at Kentucky. And then this Consolation game, this team. Center Grove. There's like 3 games to
Welcome everyone to Center Grove High School. Good sportsmanship characteristics that we desire to be exhibited by members of our athletic team. We take a proactive stance to encourage good sportsmanship to grow and remain for many years to come. We encourage our teams, players, coaches, and fans to be good sports during tonight's contest. Please be proud of your team, coaches, and school while being positive for your support. Please do your part to be a good sport, and remember, when the game heats up, will you keep your cool?
She did all right. No, we stood around too much. No. They played Jeffersonville. They beat us once, but it was close.
That was at Jeffersonville.
And it was at Jeffersonville. So. We lost 2 last year. One to Bedford and then Linton, which we shouldn't have lost. Alex had several, I think. Lexi had about 11, I think. They didn't score very many the first game. I hope not.
Good evening and welcome to Center Grove High School in the Vandermeer Gymnasium for tonight's third place game in the Carol Tumey Holiday Classic between the North Knox Warriors and the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Hi everybody, I'm Rick Embry along with Tony Marlin. And Tony, both these teams obviously tough losses this morning. North Knox by 10 to the host school Center Grove. Jeffersonville lost to a blistering offensive performance by Brownsburg, but they're hoping to come out today with one win in this holiday tournament.
Yeah, I think, the fact that we talked about it earlier today, that these two teams played each other about 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure that North Knox is trying to get a little revenge, and Jeffersonville is trying to prove that wasn't just a mistake. And, Lexi Primus, I know that she was not feeling well the last game, and so she wasn't 100%. That might make the difference for North Knox, but I thought Jeffersonville, even though they did get, blown out, that was more Brownsburg playing extremely well, and I think that we're going to see a good battle here.
So tonight, third place game between North Knox and Jeffersonville coming up after this break.
Jim Vance, like the owner of All Seasons Insulation. We started in 1976, so we've been around 42, 43 years insulating houses. We do existing homes and also do a lot of new construction. We do custom homes, foam packages, super insulation packages for new homes, mostly custom. We try to do better insulation packages and super insulate homes, hopefully better than some of the other guys. We try to do better insulation, tighter houses for new construction. Most of our guys been here a long time, 30, 35 years, and we try to keep our builders very happy and energy efficient homes.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It may be intense, it may be emotional, but it's only a game.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips.
When an official makes a call, accept it.
When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it.
When an opponent extends a hand after the game, shake it.
Play it cool, practice sportsmanship. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
New year, new ways to save at Peterman Brothers with $1,500 off a new heating and cooling system and no interest financing up to 36 months. You can even get a tax credit of up to $2,000 for select systems and save even more with a membership. Just ask about the Peterman Protection Club. If you're ready to save big in 2025, just visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Back here at the Center Grove High School Gymnasium for tonight's consolation game between North Knox and Jeffersonville. And we'll pause for a minute and send it down to the PA announcer for the pregame.
And the North Knox Warriors. First, let's get the pictures on the scoreboard. The starters from Jeffersonville. The guard, number 4, McKenna Taylor. The forward, number 5, Macy Smith. The forward, number 11, Mackenzie Mason. The guard, number 23, Phyllis Stansby. The forward, number 33, Kaya Bobright. The red goes coached by Lee Taylor. And also the home team on the scoreboard. The starters for the North Knox scores Tennessee James Bryan Blaster. For Grand Central Colorado, Larry Sanders. And for Basketball, Tim Tourney, Jeff Kennedy.
So starting lineups for both teams. And Tony, what I told Kevin this morning after they did the introductions and then they introduced the officials and said what cities they were originally from, like Colorado, Texas. It was pretty crazy. I had never heard that before. I thought it was kind of cool to get some hometowns of the officials, and all the ones this morning, none of them were from Indiana, which is even more surprising. But
yeah,
both these teams, like you said, Tony, 9 days ago they played at Jeffersonville. Jeffersonville beat North Knox by 3. Should be another good game. North Knox gets the tip. Up ahead to Sturgeon. Jeffersonville comes out and man-to-man over to Collins, to Primus. Oh, Primus had a notion to pull from the top of the key. And passing back around, there's McKinley, the lefty, and she drains the 3. We noticed this morning, Tony, what a nice looking jump shot, and Jeffersonville back quickly. That was Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor kind of went back from where she was today. Immediately gets 2 quick points. Really, really impressive freshman.
18 for Taylor in this morning's game. Jeffersonville now with the ball. Down 3-2 early, 1 minute in to this third place game. Boatwright up front. Dansby was one that had a tough one this morning, just couldn't get those shots to go in. She's the leading scorer. Nice pass inside to Boatwright. Boatwright scores for 2. Primus now pushes the ball for North Knox. Over to McKinley. There's Collins. Nice spin move into the lane. She shoots with the left hand. Goes off of the back of the rim, and now Jeffersonville looks to push. And there's Taylor lining up a 3. Almost banks it in from the wing. Comes off the front iron. Here comes Collins now, coast to coast, left-handed shot. Layup. Both these teams up and down so far, Tony. There's Dansby, deep 3, doesn't go. Collins pushes for North Knox. Over to McKinley. And a little bit of contact, or a lot of contact right there. No call from the officials, and play on.
Wow. Yeah, there was a lot of contact both ways there.
That shot by Maisie Smith doesn't go in, and now here comes North Knox again. Here's Primus. Primus, nice shot fake, drives the lane, short jumper, and it goes.
Yeah, this is a very fast-paced game. I'm not sure either team's going to get to the 80-point mark that Brownsburg did, but they're giving it an effort right now.
Oh, wow, quick timeout by Jeffersonville.
30-second timeout. You know, one of the things that's a little different for Jeffersonville in this game is earlier they were up against a lot of height. They were a mismatch there, but they actually have more height than North Knox, and they went inside early in the game and tried to take advantage of that. So that might be a key for Jeffersonville today.
Yeah, one thing we noticed in the morning game, North Knox and Center Grove, North Knox very physical, man-to-man defense against Grove. They kind of, after that initial 2 or 3 minutes when Coach Muir called a timeout, settled his team down a little bit, they were much more physical and aggressive on the defensive end, and that gave Center Grove some problems this morning.
Yeah, I noticed they got right up into Center Grove, got a lot of hands into them, and, you know, if you do that a lot, it's hard for the referees to call all of those.
Dansby now with the ball, and they're looking inside immediately, but a nice play by number 22, Brianna Collins, and now she's looking up ahead to Primus. Primus short jumper does not go. Boatwright with the rebound. Boatwright now pushing up ahead. There's, and I think Primus got a piece of that. That shot was by Mackenzie Mason. And now back and forth we go, and North Knox is going to get the first free throw opportunity. That's a foul on number 5, Maisie Smith, for Jeffersonville. Brenna Collins will get the 2 free throws for North Knox. Collins' first one is good. Collins this morning had 6 points, a pair of 3-pointers in the second half. First sub of the game in for North Knox. That's number 15. Bailey McClure. Collins hits both free throws, and North Knox is up now 7-4. Now to Taylor in the corner. 3-ball, no good. Battle for the rebound. Boatwright's right there, but passes it, and then it's knocked away by North Knox. They look to push now. Here's Primus. Primus to Collins. Collins for 3, and it's good.
I think that's been kind of their game over the last several years, according to what I was told by North Knox. A lot of three-point shooting. It appears that every one of them can shoot it, too.
Yeah, obviously, Boatwright with the rebound there, and she's going to draw the foul from North Knox. Yeah, I said this morning that first foul is going to be on Primus. North Knox came into that morning game averaging almost 58 points a game, so obviously they want to push the ball up the court and get as many easy shots as possible, and Primus drew the defense that last time and got it to Collins for the 3. Jeffersonville underneath the basket, up down 10-4, I should say. Boatwright to Taylor. Taylor over to Smith. Now good ball rotation, and that's Dansby in the corner. Her three-point attempt, no good. Referee says that's off of number 1, Millie Leroy for North Knox, and Jeffersonville will maintain possession. 4:25 left here in the first quarter. North Knox with a quick 10-4 lead in this consolation match. Nice out-of-bounds play, and Dansby gets the and one opportunity.
It's probably a good thing Dansby, like you said, even though she had 10 points this morning, probably wasn't one of her better games, but maybe that'll get her going because she's obviously key for this team.
That foul for North Knox was on Jade Richter, her first for the junior. Dansby gets the opportunity to finish the three-point play. Her free throw is no good, rims out. Rebound by Sturgeon. Sturgeon looks to push now. Good defense by Jeffersonville getting back. North Knox leads 10-6, almost halfway through this first quarter. McKinley on the corner now to Leroy. Leroy pops the 3 and she drains it. Jeffersonville looking to push. That pass up ahead to Boatwright was just a little bit too far. But Tony, how about this three-point shooting by North Knox early?
Yeah, it looks like as some of their parents had told me. I had an opportunity to talk to a couple of the girls' parents, and that's the game, and that's the game they've played for several years. I had one of the parents told me that they don't think they've had somebody over 6 foot for the last 20 years at this school, so they've had to rely on the outside shot.
In the past, we've said something similar about Center Grove until the last few years. There's another 3 opportunity. Before you had the Rachel Wirtz and now Emerson Vulcan duo in the last few years. Center Grove, it felt like it was the same way. Had a lot of 5'10" kids playing inside post.
Yep.
Dansby now looking to drive. Oh, nice move to the basket. Her layup is no good. Good offensive rebound there by Ava Scott. Now Scott gets it inside. She's looking to move. Yeah, they're going to get a walk on that post move from Scott. North Knox will get it back. 13-6 here in the first quarter. North Knox leads Jeffersonville. Primus brings it up against Taylor. Turns away the pick and roll, and now McClure on the wing to McKinley. McKinley's shot, I think, was partially deflected by Red. And now here comes Taylor in Jeffersonville. Dansby on the wing. Over to Red. Now to Maisie Smith. Maisie Smith's looking to drive inside to Ava Scott. Back to Smith. Smith drives, her shot no good, and now 2 girls for Jeffersonville run into each other, so 5-on-3 opportunity, and North Knox takes advantage with McKinley.
It looks like that Jeffersonville's definitely trying to get some post touches to both their big girls, but they throw it away.
Leroy gets the tip, and now the turnover there. McClure was trying to hit Primus. coming down the left side behind her, and pass was just behind her a little bit. North Knox still leads 15-6. 2:19 left here in the first quarter. Dansby brings it up. Guarded by Leroy. Now over to Taylor, to Red, to Mason. Looks like a little bit of a zone now by North Knox, and caused the turnover. Dansby drives the baseline, but then just throws it wide of Taylor. And slow start for Jeffersonville so far, Tony.
Yeah, I like the pace. It's a fun pace. Both teams trying to get up and down, but Jeffersonville turning the ball over. That was problems that North Knox had this morning against Center Grove. They turned it over several times, but they're taking care of it a little bit more now. And Jeffersonville's having a little bit of trouble.
North Knox now premise on the right wing over to Collins. Good defense there. And I don't think Coach Muir liked how the offense was running that time down, so he gets a quick timeout. The referee right in front of him to talk to them. North Knox leads 15-6. Once again, all 4 games today. Main sponsor that we have, presenting sponsor, and thank you to the Center Grove Girls Basketball League. And Scott, president for the sponsorship. Along with those, we've got all of the other or normal sponsors for the year. Jersey Mike Subs, K&K Fence Company, G&G Oil Company, Aqua Systems, Duke Homes, Kopetsky Auto Wash, All Seasons Insulation, Prime 47, Bischoff with Wealth Management, Primary Grounds, the Gilliard Family, Hobbig Injury Law, Greenwood Texas Roadhouse, and Peterman Brothers. North Knox takes it out in front of the Jeffersonville bench. Throws in the backcourt to Collins. Collins now high right side. Now inside to Richter. Richter tries to make a move inside, kicks it back out to Collins. Collins hesitates first and then shoots it and shoots an air ball. Taylor now pushes for Jeffersonville over to Mason. Mason was really good in that first half this afternoon, Tony. Keep Jeffersonville in that game in the first half.
Yeah, she really was. Looked like a really strong player. I believe she's a senior. And but there's a player that just kind of takes over.
Yeah, Taylor,
freshman,
just off the goal there. She can't find anything to go in early here. Now Primus draws the foul in, makes the floater in the lane, and Primus is going to go to the line.
Yeah, she tweaked her ankle a little bit this morning. I had an opportunity to talk to her before the game, and she said it was fine.
Yeah, I felt like she did that late again in that game against Center Grove in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Came up a little gimpy, but good to see her able to play in this third place game. And Primus hits the free throw, and now North Knox with their biggest lead of the ball game, 18-6. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Dansby for Jeffersonville looks for the pick and roll. She gets it. Now she drives to the lane. She's going to go to the line for 2. North Knox just did not get quite over there in time, and I think that's going to be McKinley's first foul.
That was a nice move by Dansby. You can see why she I think she's our leading scorer typically, isn't she?
Yeah, Dansby came in this morning averaging 16.3 points a game, like we said. Struggled a little bit this morning. She ended up with 10. She had 10, and 6 of those were in the fourth quarter. Dansby hits 1 of 2, and now you're going to get a foul on Boatwright on the rebound. That's going to be Boatwright's first foul. North Knox leads 18-7, 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of the third place game here at the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament. Collins with the ball, drives the lane. Back cut by McKinley, but that's where you need that bounce pass, Tony.
Right. Yep, she would have had her with a bounce pass. You're exactly right.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Jeffersonville. North Knox will inbound it. Collins will trigger that in. Just a simple cut inside. By McKinley. McKinley is left-handed, and her right-hand attempt on the right side just goes off of the rim.
That was a very simple, well-executed play. I'm going to have to steal that one.
I always tell Kevin that when I watch Coach Stuckmeyer's out-of-bounds plays or his beginning of the quarters, beginning of the halves plays, I love watching those because those are things that are usually work. And
yes.
Dansby with the 2 there to cut it to 9 now. Under 7 seconds, Collin drives the lane over to McKinley. Now to Primus for 3, a deep 3. I think they called that on the screener or push against the screener, so it's probably going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, you're correct on that, yes.
That foul was on number 11, Mackenzie Mason for Jeffersonville. So 2 seconds remaining for North Knox. They'll take it out on the side. Over to Richter. Richter for 3. Just wide left. So that'll bring in the end of the first quarter after 1. North Knox 18, Jeffersonville 9.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Back at Center Grove High School for the start of the second quarter in the consolation game between Jeffersonville and North Knox. After 1, North Knox leads 18-9. And Tony, you're talking between the break, a lot of action up and down in that first quarter.
Yeah, Jeffersonville tried to get it into Boatwright, again trying to use their size. I think that's where they might have an advantage if they really concentrate on trying to get it inside to Boatwright and then
and really the main post player, or the biggest post player they have inside, Tony just picked up her second foul. That's Richter. So she's going to have to sit maybe for the remainder of this first half. That shot by Dansby was short. She feels like she got hit on the arm a little bit. Attempted offensive rebound was knocked out of bounds. So North Knox with their first possession of the second quarter. Collins past the timeline. Over to Leroy. Leroy guarded by Dansby. Over to Collins again. Now to McClure. McClure to McKinley. McKinley with that left hand goes to her left, and she gets and scores. McKinley with her 7th point of the first half, and North Knox back up by 11. North Knox so far has done a really good job against McKenna Taylor. We talked about her very good game, and now Dansby gets her pocket picked, and here comes McKinley again on the left side. Kind of shot fake, but a good defense by Mason. Now pass up ahead, and Taylor gets it. Taylor drives. Yeah, she's going to draw the foul there. A little bit late call, but I think it was the right one.
Yeah, Primus tried to get set up to take the charge, and don't think she was quite set.
That's a big foul, Tony, because that's Primus's second foul here, and now going to be subbing for her. So leading scorer Lexi Primus going to head to the bench more than likely. Taylor with a nice soft touch on the free throw. She gets her 3rd point of the game.
Yeah, so 2 key players out right now for North Knox. That could be very important for Jeffersonville as they've kindly cut it to 9. But with North Knox 2 key players out, this could be a key run.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of times North Knox gets in trouble, Tony. Primus is the one that kind of helps, and now McKinley again, and McKinley drives, and the bucket's going to count.
Yeah. Somebody might want to tell Jeffersonville she's left-handed.
She's left-handed.
Yeah. Every one of those buckets have come from the elbow to the left block.
Is that ever frustrating as a coach, Tony, when you see your players allow that 3 or 4 straight times?
Yeah, I think by now I'd be laying on the ground pounding. She's left-handed. She's left-handed.
So it's Dansby's first foul of the half, and big 3-point play, and now McKinley's the first one in double figures. She's got 10 for North Knox. North Knox goes zone as well with those 2 players on the bench. Taylor, her 3-pointer rattles around and out, and now North Knox looks to push. This is McClure, another left-hander, and nice block shot by Mason. And then Mason's fouled by, I think that was McKinley. McKinley picks up her second, Tony. So now 3 starters for North Knox with 2 fouls apiece. Coach Muir looking to put Primus back in the game in the next dead ball.
Yeah, as you said, they've gone zone, and I'm sure that's primarily just to try to keep from getting another foul on a key player.
Inside, that's Taylor. Back to Mason. Mason to Smith. Maisie Smith now to Boatwright, now to Dansby. Good ball movement by Jeffersonville. Now Dansby looking to get inside. Mason inside. Air ball, but Boatwright right there. Yeah, a lot of times, Tony, it's just get the ball up on the rim and let Boatwright go get it.
I like how active she is. She's always looking to get position. She moves early. Shot goes up. She's not watching. She's trying to get position.
North Knox almost turned it over there. McKinley not looking now. She's trying to go to her left hand. She kicks it outside, and that's Millie Leroy with her second 3 of the first half, giving them some good minutes off of the bench. She's got 6. Lead back out to 13 for North Knox. Now Mason drives the baseline. Her layup is off. No good, and now North Knox looks to push. They beat everybody up the court, but Collins can't convert. We're going to get a foul on Jeffersonville on the rebound. McKinley right there with the rebound. That's going to be on number 11, Mackenzie Mason. That's going to be her second foul. Taylor exits, and Red back in for Jeffersonville. Primus back in for McKinley. Primus now on the edge to Brenna Collins. Collins deep 3. Rims out. Rebound by Red, and she's looking to push. Up ahead to Mason. Mason to Smith. They try to get it to Boatwright, but her entry pass is taken away, and now North Knox looks to push. Sturgeon, good kick to Collins. Collins goes baseline. Can Leroy hit another one? She can.
This team can shoot those 3s. My goodness.
Millie Leroy comes in today, Tony, 10 for 33 on the year, 30%, and she's 3 for 3 here in the first half for North Knox, really giving them a lift whenever they got into some foul trouble and had to go to their bench.
Yeah, it's good when you can bring some girls off the bench that have the confidence to put up those 3s, and they all look like they're very confident in shooting that 3 ball.
Yeah, no hesitation at all from Leroy. She has 9 now. McKinley has 10 for North Knox. And they're out to their biggest lead of the ball game, 29-13. Once again, we want to thank Center Grove Girls Basketball League, Scott McNeil, president, for the sponsorship today of not only the Center Grove games, but the other 2 games as well. And we know Kevin was passing out the link to the North Knox parents and Jeffersonville parents earlier today, so good crowd online watching this. And if any of the names are messed up, blame Kevin Conrad. He is not on the broadcast today's game. He's doing the producing, but we're going to blame him anyway. He does not have a mic, so we can say whatever we want right now. He can always turn us down, which has happened to me on occasion. North Knox back to that zone. Jeffersonville rotates the ball around. Red to Dansby in the corner. Entry pass attempt to Boatwright, and that one's taken away. Richter back in with those 2 fouls. She's got to be careful. Now Primus Primus drives, and it's going to be a bump before she gets the shot off. I think that's going to be on Dansby. That's going to be Dansby's second foul. So 2 players for Jeffersonville, 3 players from North Knox, all with 2 fouls here in the first half.
You know, we talked about North Knox had 2 fouls on 2 key players, and I was kind of thinking that was an opportunity for Jeffersonville, but when you bring girls off the bench that can hit those threes, they didn't miss a beat. As a matter of fact, they extended the lead.
Yeah, Leroy has been a huge factor here in the first half with those 3 big threes. Turnover by North Knox. Richter took an extra hop there. Now North Knox back to that man-to-man defense. Maisie Smith out in front. That's going to be Leroy. Kind of guessed wrong there, and she took the brunt of that hit, but also picked up the blocking foul. Team foul number 4 for North Knox. Next foul, Jeffersonville will be in the bonus. High pick and roll there, and now Boatwright was looking to establish position. Mason on the baseline. She's triple teamed. Leroy gets the steal, and now North Knox looks to push again. Bailey McClure to Collins. Collins deep 3. No good. Good rebound by Olivia Red for Jeffersonville. Up ahead to Mason. Mason's been held in check this first half. Maisie Smith over to Mason, over to Taylor. Good ball movement. Now Red with a 3. And just none of those outside shots are going in this evening for Jeffersonville.
I see Mason's coming out of the ball game for Jeffersonville. She's the one that I think needs to get going for Jeffersonville to cut into this lead. Now she's coming out of the ball game.
Number 2, Tiana Horsman in for Jeffersonville. And she throws it away, and here comes McKinley to that left hand again. She drives the lane. Good defense by Jeffersonville again. And Horsman gets the rebound now to Taylor. Taylor trying to drive. Oh, beautiful spin move by Taylor, and it goes. Wow, what a move there by the freshman. She's got 6 to lead Jeffersonville. They're leading them in scoring this afternoon with 18. Trying to find a way to get her team back in the game, and now McClure with a short jumper. That's no good. Richter gets the rebound and the bucket.
Yeah, Richter had been on the bench for a while, and she immediately comes in and gets a big offensive board.
Man, how frustrating is that, Tony, after you play really good defense and then you give up that offensive putback. Nice pass by Taylor. Whoa.
Wow.
I'm getting a little Magic Johnson, a little
yeah, that was that Magic Johnson over the shoulder. That was a really nice pass.
Full pass by Taylor. And Richter picked up her 3rd foul for North Knox, so she's going to have to come out of the game. Boatwright's got 2 free throws here. Boatwright's first free throw is good. Primus back in with her 2 fouls. Coach Murr trying to find a way to get to that halftime buzzer, and without another one of his key starters getting a 3rd foul as well. Not a very deep bench for North Knox. Boatwright's second free throw is off to the right. Primus gets the rebound. She looks to push. Primus to Leroy. Leroy, the junior guard, still dribbling out front. Now she gets it to McClure, 3-pointer there. Oh, and another frustrating thing there, and you can see Jeffersonville coach kind of jumps up and down because, man, you play good defense, you get the air ball, you got 2 girls there, and Coach Sykes just sees it trickle off of one of their legs. So another timeout. I think that was North Knox that took that timeout. They still lead 31-16. Game coming up after this one should be a doozy, Tony, between number 6 Center Grove and number 10 Brownsburg in 4A. And, man, Brownsburg was really impressive this afternoon, Tony.
Yeah, they put up 80 points and actually let off the gas there in the last 3 minutes. Yeah, if they can shoot it that way, Center Grove's going to have to find a way to put pressure on their guards to not let them try to get the ball into Avery or get open threes.
North Knox now inbounds it. There's Primus. She drives the baseline, cut off by Maisie Smith and Horsman. Horsman playing good defense, really ball-hawking Primus. Giving good defensive effort. Now Primus drives around her, drives to the lane, and she's going to get the foul against Ava Scott.
That was a situation where things had broke down, and I guess just get it to your best ball handler, ball player, and let her go, and she ends up drawing the foul.
We always talk about in the Center Grove games, Tony, and I'm sure you're well aware of this, how good Lily Bischoff is about when she's getting that pressure tight on her ability to drive around people and get to that basket.
Yeah, she really looked good today doing that, and that's one of the keys that she brings to the Center Grove Trojans, is being able to get around people.
Primus hits both free throws, and now North Knox back up by 17. North Knox back in that zone again. Jeffersonville just hasn't been able to solve that or the man-to-man defense for North Knox. Another entry pass there is stolen by North Knox, and now Collins looks to drive to the basket. She gets bumped on her way up. She's going to get 2 shots, and fouls on McKenna Taylor. That's her first for Jeffersonville, and now Collins goes to the line for 2. She had 5 points in the first quarter. First opportunity to get points here in the second quarter. First free throw goes off back iron. So we get the second one.
Yeah, you mentioned this morning that kind of a lost start of that post entry by guards, and we're seeing Jeffersonville try to get it in there, but they've thrown it away probably 5 or 6 times just because of not being able to make a good pass, post entry pass.
Oh, Taylor with another nice drive to the basket. Now she's up to 8 points. Cut this lead to 15. Jeffersonville trying to make a little bit of a run here in the last minute. Coach Muir kind of telling his team to pull it out a little bit. He'd love nothing more to be able to hold this for a last shot. Sturgeon now. Oh, and Sturgeon,
wow.
Man, that was Dansby, I think, is going to pick up her 3rd foul. Tony.
That's a big foul, and I'm sure that she's not in agreement with that one.
Dansby's going to have to come out. Looks like Mason's going to come back in for her. Coach Muir, I would imagine, is also going to try to. Yeah, here comes Primus out. They're going to bring in number 2, Emma Telligman. For North Knox, gets her first action. Sturgeon hits the free throw and hits the second one as well. Back out to a 17-point lead for North Knox. 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. North Knox in that zone again. Pass inside to Ava Scott. Now to Maisie Smith. She drives. Basket no good. And now Sturgeon pulls it back out. North Knox going to be perfectly happy to hold for one here. Telligman over to Bailey McClure, 14 seconds remaining. She'll try to go with about 7 or 8. Left-handed again, Tony. She drives around, tries to get that pass, but deflected out of bounds by Horsman for Jeffersonville. 5.3 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. North Knox ball underneath. They lead by 17. Collins will trigger it inbounds. Now to McClure. McClure to Sturgeon. Can Sturgeon get one up? Now McClure, she gets one off, and it just goes off the rim. And at halftime here, North Knox Warriors lead Jeffersonville 35-18. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with halftime.
Jim Vance, like the owner of All Seasons Insulation. We started in 1976, so we've been around 42, 43 years insulating houses. We do existing homes and also do a lot of new construction. We do custom homes, foam packages, super insulation packages for new homes, mostly custom. We try to do better insulation packages and super insulate homes, hopefully better than some of the other guys. We try to do better insulation, tighter houses for new construction. Most of our guys have been here a long time, 30, 35 years, and we try to keep our builders very happy and energy efficient homes.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It may be intense, it may be emotional, but it's only a game.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips.
When an official makes a call, accept it.
When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it.
When an opponent extends a hand after the game, shake it.
Play it cool, practice sportsmanship. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
New year, new ways to save at Peterman Brothers with $1,500 off a new heating and cooling system and no interest financing up to 36 months. You can even get a tax credit of up to $2,000 for select systems and save even more with a membership. Just ask about the Peterman Protection Club. If you're ready to save big in 2025, just visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
We're at halftime here of the third place game and at the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament, and at halftime, North Knox, very impressive performance here in the first half. They lead Jeffersonville 35-18, and Tourney, these two teams, like we said, just met 9 days ago, and Jeffersonville had a hard-fought 67-64 win, but this evening so far, completely different story.
Yeah, Jeffersonville just seems to be a little off for whatever reason. Obviously, I think part of that is North Knox is doing a good job of defending, and they're doing a really good job of getting the ball out quickly and trying to get some easy buckets. North Knox three-point shooting has been, I think, the difference, and I'm not sure that Jeff has more than 1 or 2 three-pointers in this half, but that's kind of been the difference, and they've been trying to get the ball inside, which I think was wise, but they're turning it over way too many times doing that.
So our halftime scores here, first for Jeffersonville, they've only had 3 people score, and like you said, Tony, no three-pointers so far for Jeffersonville. They're led in scoring once again by the fabulous freshman McKenna Taylor. She has 8 points, 6 of those in the second quarter, and then 2 other girls have scored 5. That's Kaylise Dansby, their leading scorer at 16 a game. She has 5, and Kaya Boatwright, the big inside, she has 5 as well. For North Knox, they're led in scoring by Alex McKinley. She had 5 in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter. She has 10. Millie Leroy gave them a huge lift off the bench. She has 3 threes for 9 points. Their leading scorer, Lexi Premise, battled some foul trouble there in the second quarter. She has 7 points. Brenna Collins has 5. Brooklyn Sturgeon has 2 free throws, and then Jade Richter has 2 as well for North Knox, 35 points. So once again, the third place game here, and then after this one, starting around 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit before that, Tony, we'll have number 6 4A Center Grove against number 10 4A Brownsburg, and that one should be a really interesting matchup, Tony, between kind of a contrasting in styles. Brownsburg, as we saw this morning, really wants to get up and down the court and put a lot of points on the board. Center Grove, obviously, Coach Stuckmeyer always has really good defensive teams. Should be a great one tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point there as far as the contrast in styles. Center Grove, they don't mind passing the ball around and taking 30, 40, 50 seconds off the clock to find the matchup that they like. Brownsburg looking more to get the ball out and running, and obviously trying to find Avery Gordon whenever they can on that right block most of the time. Although she did step out and hit a 3 today, which was kind of good to see. So,
yeah, she had 18 in that second quarter of that game after just playing a couple minutes in the first quarter, and yeah, she ended up with 30 this afternoon. And but equally as important, or probably more important tonight, like you said, will be the ability for them to get those three-pointers to go from their guards. And this afternoon, Elle McCullough was on fire. She ended up with 25, including 6 three-pointers. So she was really good from the perimeter, and they're going to need that again tonight against Center Grove.
Yeah, I was thinking about that matchup this afternoon, and really looking forward to that. And I think both these teams have the opportunity to go deep in the tournament, and I know this will be a good matchup and a good test early in the year.
Yeah, and a little bit different with kind of sectional redraws. Center Grove, instead of going south, Tony, which they have over the last several years, now they're in that sectional with Decatur, Perry, Southport, Franklin Central, Mooresville. And now for regional, you'll go north or be in the central Indiana. So there's a possibility that those two teams could match up again in a regional matchup instead of at the semi-state level, which has happened the last or when Center Grove has gone south.
Yeah, and I'd say probably at this point in the year, both teams will probably be favored to win their sectional. Although Brownsburg did get beat by 20 by Plainfield earlier in the year, and they have to match up some point in their sectional, so that'll be a good matchup too. But yeah, I think it's very likely that these two teams could meet in the regionals.
Yeah, you got both of those teams, and then you'll probably have the other two sectionals that feed that regional would also be probably the LC-LN sectional, which obviously LC's unbelievable, and then the other one is probably out east there with Greenfield Central, Mount Vernon, that sectional, Pendleton Heights, who usually has a really good 4A program as well. All right, we're getting ready to start the third quarter here. North Knox will get it first. Primus inbounds it to Collins. North Knox leads 17 points at halftime. Collins now drives the lane, good behind the back, and now McKinley with that left-handed stroke. That one doesn't go, and Primus kind of gets up gingerly. Good drive to the basket by Taylor, and Taylor draws the foul.
Taylor's very impressive. Just right in that situation there, she saw that she was just a little bit ahead of the defender and went ahead and actually caused the contact to get that foul.
You're saying that foul was on the floor, and now I think that was Maisie Smith. Smith gets on the board for her first bucket, and you talked about it this afternoon, Tony, how important that first 2 or 3 minutes is to try to get back into this ball game. Jeffersonville gets that early 3, and then Boatwright swats that one away from Collins.
Yeah, I'm sure that Jeffersonville coaching staff probably stressed this first 3 minutes, and so it's going to be important to watch.
Premise gets and she takes the step back three. That one's no good. Smith gets the rebound, and she looks to push. Taylor now on that right wing. Back to Smith. Smith inside to Boatwright. Oh, Boatwright, tough pass to handle, but Taylor gets it. She's looking to get that three off. Now Boatwright inside to Maisie Smith. Smith. Oh, look at Boatwright getting that offensive rebound. She gets the reload. Now to Taylor. Taylor to Smith. Yeah, now Smith drives to the basket, and she's going to get foul number 4 on Jade Richter.
Obviously a big foul there, and Jeffersonville has come out much more, looks focused, looks more aggressive, looks like they've got a purpose with what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and that's with their leading scorer, Kayleese Dansby, starting the half with her 3 fouls on the bench. Smith hits the first of 2 free throws. Richter to the bench with 4 fouls. We probably won't see her again till the fourth quarter. Bailey McClure in the lineup for North Knox. Smith's second foul, second free throw, no good. Boatwright gets the rebound and the reload to McKenna Taylor, and 7-0 run to start the second half, Tony. Jeffersonville back within 10.
Well, Boatwright's been a big part of that. Oh, that was a big answer there.
That's Alex McKinley with the 3 from the top of the key, and you're right, Tony. They needed that in the worst way. Maisie Smith much more aggressive this half, and her shot goes off. Boatwright hustles after it, but can't corral it. Now here comes Primus. Primus drives, and now she's got Collins deep for 3. That one's short off the front iron. Mason now up ahead. She had Smith for a minute inside. McKenna Taylor, another deep 3. Back-to-back 3s for Taylor. She's got 14 now. Lead back to 10. McKenna Taylor's going to pick up the cheapie there with a little block. She's got 2. Yeah, 10-3 run to start the third quarter by Jeffersonville, and the first 2.5 minutes, and they're within 10. Alex McKinley, left hand again. She drives against Mason. Mason there, no call, lots of contact. Collins now for the 3. That one's long. North Knox with another offensive rebound and get another opportunity. And 2-3 opportunities for Jeffersonville to get that rebound, and the opportunity to cut it under 10, and North Knox gets extra possessions. Sturgeon now drives. Boatwright right there, but Sturgeon finds a way to get that in. Big bucket by Brooklyn Sturgeon. Now Maisie Smith again. That one could have been a charge. No call. Primus did a good job, but Maisie Smith again with a bucket. Boatwright kind of accidentally got that steal, and here comes Maisie Smith again. Coast to coast, and the bucket, and the foul.
We've got ourselves a ball game here.
Yes, we do. Maisie Smith goes to the free throw line with a chance to cut this one to 7, and Coach Muir are going to get a full timeout.
Well, Jeffersonville definitely won that first 3 minutes of this half, and that's got them back in the ball game.
Just so much, like you said, Tony, so much more aggressive. They really struggled offensively in that first half against both the man-to-man and the zone defense that North Knox was played, but not the case here in the third quarter so far.
Yeah, I think, quite honestly, Jeffersonville looks that first half, they looked lackadaisical. They didn't look like they had focus, but boy, they've come out with that focus in this second half and got us a ball game.
That's one thing you always worry about when you play that second morning game. You play the 12 o'clock game, you don't get out of here till 1:45, 2 o'clock, and then you got to turn around and play in 3 hours. And that's kind of was one of my thoughts in that first half, is Jeffersonville's legs kind of gone. It's what it kind of looked like, but something happened at halftime, whether that was a quote, discussion from Jeffersonville coach Taylor Sykes or something else. But, man, they got an extra gear here in the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the third quarter. Maisie Smith now back at that line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Her free throw is good. Smith now, Tourney, with 9 points in the first 3.5 minutes of this third quarter. Leroy inside. Oh, and I think that might be on Dansby. They just brought her in. Oh, that was on Dansby. That's 4 on her now. And could have very easily called a foul on Leroy, or a travel on Leroy. It felt like inside there.
Yeah, I agree. I thought she took a couple extra steps there, and that Jeffersonville definitely loses some size in that substitution there.
But they made a good run without Dansby to start the third quarter. Now ball inside, and they're going to get a jump ball. Good job by Red. Good job also by number 15, Garen Johnson, in for the first time. First time we've seen her all day long. Another freshman for Jeffersonville. And they got alternate possession, and they're coming down the court now, down 7. And Maisie Smith has been the main person here in the third quarter, and she's looking to drive again. Smith over to Johnson. Johnson deflected pass to Red. Red to Taylor. Taylor to Maisie Smith inside. She's looking to drive against Primus. Good defense. Wall up by Primus. Now Taylor. Taylor looking to drive. She kicks it to Mackenzie Mason. Her three is short. That one's off of Smith.
That would have been a big one. That would have knocked it down to 4. It was a really good drive by the freshman point guard to kick it out. Gave her teammate an open look, just didn't go.
And Sturgeon brings it up for North Knox. Gets the high ball screen from Alex McKinley. Now Primus. Primus looking to drive against Smith. Now she does get around her. Now McKinley for another three. Top of the key. That one's short. Taylor attempting to keep control of it. She does, and now she drives. Yeah, that one's going to be a charge. Good job by Alex McKinley. She was there to take the charge.
Well, you can tell that North Knox works on that. That's about the 4th take charge opportunity that they've had. I think they've gotten 2 of them called their way, but it's obviously something that they practice.
Man, and another huge call there. McKenna Taylor gets her 4th foul. That's 4 on her. So 2 leading scorers for Jeffersonville now. Dansby and Taylor both have 4. They're going to have to sit.
Well, I think Mason's got to take over now. She's a senior. She's one of their leaders. Been kind of quiet today overall.
Yeah, you really got Maisie Smith's been really good here in the third quarter. Maisie Smith, Mason, and then Boatwright inside are going to have to carry a much heavier load. Oh, wow. Boatwright trying to get position inside and call her for the foul. That's Boatwright's second.
I mean, she definitely had the mismatch in there, but she just overplayed it. All she had to do was just get her hands up. But she drove her girl into the bleachers almost.
Jeffersonville with the hawking pressure. That's Johnson out in front. Almost get the 5 call. Now diving on the floor. Good hustle, and she tries to get the timeout. What are we going to call? Oh, wow, I thought she got the timeout call. Instead, they're going to call a jump ball, I think.
She thinks she got the timeout too, but I don't think anybody was looking at her.
No. That was Red diving on the floor. So it is a jump ball call, possession to North Knox.
We've got
Primus inside posting against Johnson. Yeah, she's going to get a foul on Sharon Johnson, number 15, gets her first foul. Primus is going to go to the line for 2.
Good recognition there by North Knox. They saw the mismatch. They sent everybody else high except for Primus, and that's why she's standing at the line with 2 now.
Primus drains the first free throw. Primus came in to the game shooting about 75% from the free throw line. Both of those looked good. Oh, wow. Coach Sykes gets Taylor back in on offense, even with those 4 fouls, but he's probably thinking, Tony, I got to stay in this ball game. I need some offense. But
right, yeah, I think you can save her for the fourth quarter, but if you're down by 15, it doesn't matter.
Yep, very good point there. That 3 by Red is long, and now North Knox looking to push again. Gets the turnover from McClure, and now Red up ahead. Nice bounce pass. Mason tries to get up on the rim. Can't get it there, and now ball's loose again, and Mason short arms the layup. Red is all over the place trying to get extra possessions, and man, Jeffersonville a couple opportunities there, Tony, to get it back to 7, and just can't get those layups to go in.
Yeah, Mason had a couple good looks and just couldn't get it up over the rim.
And Primus up off the high ball screen. Now to Leroy, who was huge in that first half with those 3 threes. Now to McClure. McClure to Collins. Collins inside. That's no good. Boatwright gets the rebound. Now to McKenna Taylor. Taylor looking to push. She's got to be really careful to drive that lane. Here comes Leroy. Shot fake. Her shot's partially blocked by Boatwright. Boatwright on the floor.
I love that Boatwright and her effort.
Now Taylor. Oh, wow. How did that go in? McKenna Taylor, no fear inside.
If she can stay on the floor, they've got a chance.
Primus from deep from the right corner.
Big 3 by Lexi.
North Knox now back up by 10. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Jeffersonville's outscored North Knox by 7. Now Maisie Smith for 3. That one off back iron. Boatwright with the rebound. She's got to be approaching double digits in rebounds. Can't hang on to it. Now Sturgeon pushes. Oh, great look up ahead to Primus. Oh, Primus misses the layup, and now here comes Taylor. Taylor pushing to Boatwright. Boatwright out. Back into Boatwright. Now double team. Good double team by North Knox. They get the turnover. Collins now has to pick it up in the backcourt. Sturgeon, 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Frantic third quarter. Now Sturgeon to Collins. Primus gets another open look. It can't go in. 4 seconds, 2 seconds. Nope, that one was after. Whoa, and what a third quarter we had there. And after 3, North Knox still leads 45-35. We'll be back with the fourth quarter.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Back here at Center Grove High School for the third place game in the Carol Tumey Holiday Classic, and Tourney, Jeffersonville outscores North Knox 17-10 in that quarter to make this a ball game. Now only trail by 10, start the fourth.
Well, I think it's going to be key if Dansby and Taylor can stay on the floor, both of them with Jeffersonville with 4 fouls.
Dansby drives, she kicks to Taylor. Taylor with a deep three, just short. Leroy gets the rebound to start. Leroy to Sturgeon on the right side. Sturgeon now top of the key, getting hounded by Smith. Now Collins on the left side. Collins to McKinley. McKinley to Leroy. Good job by Maisie Smith coming out with that hand up against Leroy. Bailey McClure now. North Knox very deliberate. Maisie Smith tries to knock that one away. She does, and then gets the cheapie.
Looks like North Knox is willing to be a little bit more patient. They've actually passed up 2 or 3 three-pointers that I think they would have taken earlier in the game. But up 10, probably good decisions.
Some of that, Tony, I think, premise on the bench here to start the fourth quarter. Sometimes they get in trouble. They kind of look to her to kind of settle things down a little bit.
Yep.
Sturgeon down to McClure. McClure to Leroy. North Knox now starting their offense a little bit farther out. That could have easily been a hook, yeah, by Sturgeon, but Maisie Smith's going to get a foul. Now that's 3 on her. A lot of foul trouble for this Jeffersonville team. 4 on Dansby and Taylor, and now 3 on Smith. Sturgeon against Mackenzie Mason. Now double team. Can Dansby get it without? Oh, and she gets her 5th foul.
Oh, and she's hurt.
She's grabbing her knee. Oh, that's not good.
Beside the fact that she's hurt right now, that's just a tough foul. She was just a hustle play there. But,
Yeah, here comes a trainer out to look at her, and Coach Sykes is barking at the officials. But that was clearly a foul. But
right.
One of those things, obviously, you got 1 or 2 fouls. That's just a good hustle play, and you
right.
But man, when you got 4 fouls, you got to be cognizant of that, and she's going to have to sit for the remainder of the game. Primus comes back in for North Knox. Man, you could almost see that coming, Tony, and when she was diving after that ball, that if she doesn't get to it first, there's a very good chance she's going to take the legs out of the opponent, and that's what happened.
Right.
Primus now. Collins. I got a feeling this fourth quarter might be a little chippy.
Like right there.
Yeah, that's Mackenzie. I'm sorry, that's Maisie Smith, and now she's got 4 fouls.
I was just getting ready to mention what good defense she's been playing. She's very aggressive, and unfortunately there for her, she got a little more too aggressive, got a little bit of Lexi's face.
She's got 3 fouls in the last minute of playing time. Now inside McKinley. Good defense by Mason. Jeffersonville finally corrals that. Here comes Maisie Smith. Now Smith to Taylor. Taylor's got 4 fouls. Smith's got 4 fouls. Taylor looking to drive. They're going to get the block there against Bailey McClure. That's a good call.
Yeah, Taylor plays just all out, and I'll be surprised if she makes it this game just because she's just so aggressive, both offensively and defensively, which you love.
Yes.
But with 4 fouls, they have to have her on the floor.
Oh, and Alex McKinley attempts to get to that, but that one, good hustle by her. She tips it away and tries to get to it, but it goes out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table. Jeffersonville still a 10-point game, which is what it was at the start of the fourth quarter. Neither team scored in the first almost 2 minutes. Now Maisie Smith gets the screen at the top of the key. She drives, gets it up on the rim. It doesn't go in. Mason tries to keep it alive, but Sturgeon to Primus. Primus drives. Oh, great play by Red. And Red Now looking to push ahead. Oh, that's a great tip pass by Mason.
Oh.
Mackenzie Mason with a beautiful heads-up just tip. She knows she can't get to that. Instead, tips it up ahead to Taylor, and Taylor hits the layup to cut this one. We're back to 8 points.
Ooh. That's a tough call there. Called that from behind.
That one's on number 15, Jaren Johnson. She's giving them good hustle minutes. She's got 2 fouls, and that's the 15th foul already. So North Knox is going to be shooting free throws, Tony, for the remainder of this ball game.
And I'm guessing North Knox is a pretty good free throw shooting team as a whole, just the way they shoot the ball. All of them have extremely good fundamentals on their shot.
McKinley, we were talking about in the morning, she came in 79%. Thought I was going to jinx her right there, Tony. She was 4 for 4 this morning, 3 for 3 this evening, so that bumps the lead back out to 10 points again for North Knox. Taylor to Mason, Mason inside to Maisie Smith, Smith inside to Johnson. Oh, yeah, she gets fouled by Collins. She's going to go to the line for 2. That's Collins first.
Johnson at the line, she's come in and given them some really good minutes, especially defensively. She's got her hand on the ball probably 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, and this is a girl, Tony, looking at the stats. She's only played 2 games all year. Freshman, she drains the free throw. Averaged 1 point per game in those 2 games, but you're right. She's had to with the foul trouble that they've had. Second one goes in. Now back to 8, 47-39 North Knox, and now Jeffersonville looks to pick up full court. Mason against Sturgeon. Now they look to double. Good job by McKinley. McClure inside. McClure now to Primus. Big 3 from the corner. That one's short. Maisie Smith gets the rebound. Good job of eluding the double team there. Now to Taylor. Taylor deep 3. It's off to the right. That one would have cut it to 5 points. Collins now to McKinley. McKinley with that left hand. She gets inside. Can't do anything with it. Now around to Sturgeon, and Sturgeon drains the short jumper. Sturgeon now with 6. Lead back up to 10 for North Knox. Now Taylor for Jeffersonville. She looks to drive, and it goes in. Man, Taylor's so good around the basket. We talked about her 3-pointers. Jeffersonville not happy with that call, and yep, boom, they got one.
Yep, that's a key call. Also, the defender did get up into Lexi. Lexi did push off. Could have gone either way, and then Jeffersonville coach had enough in her mind, and now you're going to be at the line probably 4 free throws and the ball. It's a big call.
Yeah, Johnson, they called the foul, the hands on her, or the hold first, and then obviously, like you said, Primus did push off, but that was after the initial foul, and that's what everybody saw. Primus goes 1 for 2 at the line. I would just say McKinley, yeah, she's the one that's going to be up there. But you're right, 4 free throws. McKinley's still perfect on the day. Drains both of those. She's now 5 for 5. And worst thing, they also get the ball. So 4 free throws. They go 3 out of 4 at the free throw line, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, just when Jeffersonville was looking for an opportunity to cut into that lead, and now it's back up to 11. And now it's going to be 13.
Wow, you got another technical before that free throw on the bench. I mean, Jeffersonville's got 6 coaches on the bench, and
they could get 12 tees. They're trying to use them all.
How does that work? I mean, does each? I thought the bench got, but I don't know what you do if the bench gets 2.
I know an assistant. Head coach can get 2, an assistant. I don't know.
We may find out today.
Yeah. I mean, I know there can be a bench team.
Oh, wow. They're going to count the basket, too. That's.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about that because he blew the whistle as she was. The ball was in the air, they're saying. So
who hit it?
That 2-pointer, was that by McKinley? It was left-hander. It has to be McKinley. So we're going to give the 2 to McKinley, and now she's going to go back to the line for 2 more free throws, and North Knox is going to get the ball. So what about this trip, Tony? It was
Well, that's been 5 free throws right now and a bucket,
4,
so that's 7.
7 points, and they got the ball again out of bounds. So 8-point game is now turned into a 15-point game, and North Knox gets possession again. Yeah, you're going to get. I mean, they're trying to clean up the hands and the holding and grabbing, and every time there's a foul, Jeffersonville just gets more aggressive, Tony. And
yeah. And I think they're trying to clean up some of the yelling from the benches, too.
I don't know if they're going to do that. Man,
wow.
McKinley is feasting at the free throw line here on this trip. So a 9-point possession, Tony, and that's
wow. I don't know that I've ever heard of one that big. 9-point possession.
So that lead goes from 8 to 17 with that one possession. Wow. Well, we thought we had us a ball game there, Tony. 49-41, and about 30 seconds later of clock time, that lead is now back up to 17. And
yeah, that's unfortunate for Jeffersonville. They had done a good job fighting their way back in this half, and looked like that. They had opportunities. They had opportunity at one time to cut it to 5.
Yeah, 3-pointer there by Taylor.
But just obviously some disagreements on coaching staff for Jeffersonville, and let's put this game not totally out of reach, but it's
very
right
difficult
on the line. Yeah.
Your leading scorer, Dansby, she fouled out. You've got 2 other girls with 4 fouls. Your next 2 leading scorers, and Maisie Smith and Taylor. Here comes Maisie Smith dribbling it up the court. Now over to Red. Red to Johnson. Johnson to Taylor. Taylor trying to find some openings. Good defense there. Now Maisie Smith inside against Primus. She shoots, she scores. Maisie Smith really impressive. Second half, she's got 11 here in the second half. McKinley now to Collins. Collins inside to Jade Richter. Beautiful pass. And Richter scores her first basket of the second half. She has 4 now. Lead back up to 17. Red to Taylor. Taylor trying to find an opening. She drives now. That one's blocked, but Boatwright is there for the rebound, but she cannot get that to go. Now you got a jump ball. Alternate possession goes to North Knox. Jeffersonville picks up full court. Primus will inbound it. Primus to Sturgeon now. Sturgeon wisely brings it back out. Red to McKinley. McKinley to Primus. Coach Muir trying to get them to just settle down a little bit. McKinley to Collins. Collins back out to Primus. Top of the key. Oh, beautiful behind the back play there. And now Maisie Smith's going to foul out. She grabbed Primus from behind. That's going to be her 5th. So Primus will go to the line for 2 more. Maisie Smith exits, and man, she had a heck of a second half. She kind of brought them back in that third quarter, Tony.
She really did. She kept them in the ball game and gave them an opportunity.
Are you ready? I'm always ready. I am too.
Premise' first free throw is good. And second free throw is good for Premise. 15 now in the ball game for Lexi Premise, and back comes Taylor. Taylor with 2 more.
No fear in that girl.
She's got 22 now after 18 in this morning's game. Man, really aggressive by Red. Yeah, Red's fouling aggressively, and that time she fouls the wrong girl because McKinley just does not miss at that free throw line.
She's had a really, really good game this afternoon. She stays perfect from the line. What is that, 9?
Yeah, 10 for 10.
10 for 10.
She has 9 of those here in the fourth quarter, Tony. All those technical free throws. Oh,
wow!
I'm blaming Conrad for that one too. Yeah,
I'll take the blame on that.
He's pointing to Tony here.
I'm the one that pointed it out. You're right.
Oh,
Taylor again.
Beautiful drive to the basket, and now she's got 24. Sturgeon does a good job of handling the ball for North Knox. Now McKinley drives. Beautiful bounce pass to Collins, and Collins' layup goes in. Lead back up to 18. Here comes Taylor, and Taylor drains it.
Wow.
27 for Taylor.
I am really impressed by that girl.
Freshman. 45 points today in these 2 games, Tony.
If there's a bright spot for Jeffersonville, it's that one. Plus Boatwright. I just love how she just goes after everything. I know that's got to be double digits in rebounds.
She's a junior, so she's got another year she'll get stronger inside.
Yeah. That's going to be a key. If she can put on a little bit of muscle.
Because she's getting those rebounds. It's just trying to finish those shots at the rim that she's come up shy a couple times.
You know, Dansby's only a junior. Obviously, Taylor's a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
We saw little Garen Johnson as a freshman come in. They've got a bright future for next year.
I mean, they'll lose Maisie Smith and Mackenzie Mason, but you're right. Kind of the big 3 today, McKenna Taylor, Dansby all season, and then Boatwright. You're right. That's a good, solid nucleus coming back for next year. Timeout on the floor. North Knox leads 65-50. We got a minute 5 remaining here in this third place game, and it's been an interesting one, Tony. After halftime, we kind of thought this might be a 20 or 30 point blowout with North Knox up by 17 and a half. Jeffersonville came out and cut that to 8 several times through the third quarter and early in the fourth quarter before that unfortunate 9-0 run, mainly off of free throws, a couple technicals off of the bench, and North Knox has established control back.
Yeah, that you look at that 9-point possession, you take that away, this could be a 6-point game right now, and it's just unfortunate that for Jeffersonville that happened when that happened.
Jeffersonville inbounds. Here's Mason. Mason now trying to drive to the basket. She gets pushed the whole way. That's going to be 2 free throws. That's McKinley on the foul. McKinley's got 3 for North Knox, and now Mason will go back to the line. Mason's first one is good. That's her first point tonight. Taylor's played this whole fourth quarter with 4 fouls, Tony, as well, without picking up that 5th foul.
Yeah, that's true. But she hasn't backed off a bit, and boy, she's impressive.
McKinley comes out now, in for Cabela Limburg, in for North Knox. Inbound by Premise to McClure. McClure getting tracked from behind. And we might get a jump ball here. Yeah, good job by Boatwright again. She reaches in, gets a hand on the ball. So we're going to get a jump ball here. Oh, now Jeffersonville's going to call timeout. 50 seconds remaining, down 13.
I think Jeffersonville might be trying to find that 9-point possession of their own right now.
Coach Sykes has got good contributions from several of those bench players that, due to that foul trouble that she's had, like you said, that freshman, Jaron Johnson, came in, and while she's only scored 2 points, she's done a great job of kind of getting a little spark defensively.
Yeah, even though Jefferson goes away from here 0-2 today, I think that I can see why they can give some teams troubles down in the southern part of the state, and wouldn't be surprised to see them possibly come out of their sectional.
You know the crazy part is, guess what they get to do tomorrow? They're playing 2 more games tomorrow. They're playing Warren Central and Ben Davis tomorrow at Ben Davis.
Oh, my.
So you play 2 on the 2nd, and then you turn around. I remember looking at that early when I looked at their schedule, that they were – I couldn't remember if they played on Saturday, but it's tomorrow. They play Warren Central in game 1 at 11:30, and then they play Ben Davis at 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Wow.
So there's going to be some tired young ladies come tomorrow night.
Wow, that's quite a schedule.
Yes. I don't know how that one wasn't. I guess they're saying it was deflected into the backcourt. Red fouls again. North Knox. Next game will be on Saturday. They'll play back at home against Park Heritage, 12:30 in the afternoon. So they'll at least get one day off to recover from these two. And McKinley again from that free throw line, Tony. So good. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for McKinley today. But I got to count all these up to see what she ended up with. 13 here in the fourth quarter for McKinley. 11 of those at the line, 11 for 12. So she's at 26. Taylor tries to get one more 3 in there now. Please don't foul. Do not foul, please.
Yeah, they need all the rest they can get for these next 2 games tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Right. Knox just trying to dribble it out, just hold the ball out there. Mason's going to get a steal. Now don't foul down here, Sturgeon. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Am I not supposed to say that out loud, am I, Kevin? At some point, I got to get home to watch the Boilers play at 8 tonight.
Not Notre Dame.
No, I could care less about Notre Dame unless they're losing. Boilers play at the Barn tonight up in Minneapolis at 8 o'clock. I'm sure it's nice and toasty up there. Mason hits the first free throw. She hits both free throws. Now, just going to dribble this one out, and that'll be the final. North Knox 67, Jeffersonville 54. And Tony, we'll do a quick recap here, and then there'll be a little time before the 7 o'clock game. But talk about your thoughts, a little bit of a hard-fought consolation game here between North Knox and Jeffersonville.
I was impressed with North Knox. Even this morning, you take away the first quarter of the game against Center Grove, they played Center Grove even, and then they came out and, with the exception of a couple just periods, they just really handled Jeffersonville from start to finish. Very impressed with that team. Got a lot of really good shooters on that team. They move the ball around really well and play good defense. So I think that's a team we can see coming out of their area down there potentially, although they have South Knox, which is a really, really good team.
Yeah, very, very good point there. Well, Tony, North Knox moves to 9-5 on the year. Jeffersonville falls to 8-6. So we'll sign off for now, and looks like the clock, they put 29 minutes up. So we'll probably take about a 20-minute break, and then Kevin and I will be back, and hopefully everybody will tune in to what should be a fantastic championship game between number 6 Center Grove and number 10 Brownsburg. And so for Tony Marlin, Kevin Conrad producing, Sam Venegas on the camera, this is Rick Embry. Goodbye for now.
Jim Vance, like the owner of All Seasons Insulation. We started in 1976, so we've been around 42, 43 years insulating houses. We do existing homes and also do a lot of new construction. We do custom homes, foam packages, super insulation packages for new homes, mostly custom. We try to do better insulation packages and super insulate homes, hopefully better than some of the other guys. We try to do better insulation, tighter houses for new construction. Most of our guys have been here a long time, 30, 35 years, and we try to keep our builders very happy and energy efficient homes.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It may be intense, it may be emotional, but it's only a game.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips.
When an official makes a call, accept it.
When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it.
When an opponent extends a hand after the game, shake it.
Play it cool, practice sportsmanship. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
New year, new ways to save at Peterman Brothers with $1,500 off a new heating and cooling system and no interest financing up to 36 months. You can even get a tax credit of up to $2,000 for select systems and save even more with a membership. Just ask about the Peterman Protection Club. If you're ready to save big in 2025, just visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
evening and welcome back inside the Vandy Gym at Center Grove High School for the Tumey Holiday Tournament Championship game between the Center Grove Trojans and the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Kevin Conrad along with Rick Embry. We welcome everyone to our coverage of Center Grove Girls Basketball presented tonight by the Center Grove Girls Basketball League. Rick, great championship game, two highly ranked teams in the state of Indiana. Contrasting styles, you got Brownsburg putting up a lot of points. Center Grove plays that really good defense. Should be an interesting matchup, maybe like that chess type matchup, if you will, between two great coaches, Kevin Stuckmeyer for Center Grove and Josh Sable for Brownsburg.
Yeah, an old familiar face comes back to Center Grove High School, and Josh Sable, who was the coach at Franklin for many years and had some really good teams there. But, yeah, when you looked at this tournament, Kevin, on paper, obviously, this looked like a matchup that the favorites would head to in the championship game, and sometimes that doesn't come to fruition, but luckily for us tonight it is, and should be a great one. Brownsburg looked really good this afternoon, and Center Grove's going to have to play a better game than they played this morning, and can't wait for this one to get started.
Should be a great one. Championship game of the Tumey Holiday Tournament between the Center Grove Trojans and the Brownsburg Bulldogs. After the timeout, we'll return with tonight's national anthem and starters and tip-off. This is Center Grove Trojan Girls Basketball presented by the Center Grove Girls Basketball League.
Jim Vance, like the owner of All Seasons Insulation. We started in 1976, so we've been around 42, 43 years insulating houses. We do existing homes and also do a lot of new construction. We do custom homes, foam packages, super insulation packages for new homes, mostly custom. We try to do better insulation packages and super insulate homes, hopefully better than some of the other guys. We try to do better insulation, tighter houses for new construction. Most of our guys have been here a long time, 30, 35 years, and we try to keep our builders very happy and energy efficient homes.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It may be intense, it may be emotional, but it's only a game.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips.
When an official makes a call, accept it.
When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it.
When an opponent extends a hand after the game, shake it.
Play it cool, practice sportsmanship. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
New year, new ways to save at Peterman Brothers with $1,500 off a new heating and cooling system and no interest financing up to 36 months. You can even get a tax credit of up to $2,000 for select systems and save even more with a membership. Just ask about the Peterman Protection Club. If you're ready to save big in 2025, just visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Inside the Vandy, we're nearing tonight's championship game between the Brownsburg Bulldogs and the Center Grove Trojans. Championship game of the third annual Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament. Consolation game, North Knox, nice win over Jeffersonville, 67-54. Center Grove beat North Knox earlier in the day game, and for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, they had a nice size win over the Jeffersonville Red Devils, and the Bulldogs put up a lot of points, Rick Embry, in that win against the Jeffersonville Red Devils, and again, a lot of that production coming from Gordon inside, but also they had a great effort from El McCullough, 25 points, 6 3-pointers, so they definitely have the inside-outside game going on with McCullough and Gordon.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key to the game, and we talked about it a little bit kind of off-air, Tony, you and I, and at lunch after these morning games is that's the difference. I mean, obviously you know what you're going to get inside from Gordon. She's an extremely difficult person to guard against if you're Center Grove or whomever they play. But the key is if you are able to kind of control her a little bit, if you have to force doubles, then can she kick the ball out, and are those girls hitting shots? And, man, this afternoon El McCullough was unstoppable. She had 25, 17 in the first half. She ends up with 6 threes on her 25 points. And, I mean, she only comes in averaging about 11.5 points a game, but she comes up with a big 25. And then, obviously, Avery Gordon with that 30. But it will be. I mean, Brownsburg put up 83 this afternoon. Center Grove comes in only giving up 33 a game into today. They only give up 32 in the first game, so they're right at 33 points a game that they give up, and it's really going to be, can this Center Grove team stop Brownsburg? Because I think Center Grove is going to score some points. I think they, with having Gilliard back, we saw Lily Bischoff back for the first time in a few weeks, which was great to see. She had a great morning game. So I think Center Grove is going to be able to score. The question is, can you stop this Brownsburg team and make it tough for them offensively?
Yeah, it'd be real interesting to see what Coach Stuckmeyer and his coaching staff, how they attack this. Obviously, one part, you got to attack the guards defensively, the perimeter. Try to make that entry pass to Gordon very difficult. And one would assume he'll run probably a couple of help defenders, so she's going to have to score through traffic. She'll have to defend, score with 2, maybe 3 players on her. Let's now pause for the playing of our national anthem, followed up by tonight's starters in tonight's Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament Championship game. Matchup tonight. Center Grove in the latest coaches poll in 4A, number 6, Brownsburg, number 10 in Class 4A.
And lights turned down. The music was rocking for both teams. Spotlight going, Kevin. We're ready to have a doozy here. Vulcan jumps against Gordon. Gordon gets the tip. Gordon started tonight. We obviously saw her coming in late in that morning game. She took a senior trip, and Coach Sable sat her for the first few minutes, and, man, Gordon gets it, and that's an easy deuce for her. She kind of got it up on the rim, Kevin, before Center Grove could send that double team at her.
Yeah, she was really quick to receive it and take it to the basket off the glass. 2-0 Brownsburg.
Now you see Brownsburg in that zone that we saw this morning, Kevin, and that's what you're going to get that open spot is Gilliard. Gilliard travels, unfortunately. Good job by McCullough coming over there. But that's that open space in that kind of – it's a little bit of a matchup zone, but the open spot is right at that free throw line, and that's kind of Grayson Gilliard's specialty. She's going to have to be huge tonight. And going to be another easy basket there.
4 quick ones for Gordon.
So they're going to have to find something a different way there. Good back screen by Brownsburg, and you're right, 4 quick ones by Avery Gordon, the Purdue commit.
Let's say we saw Gordon last year here in this tournament. She's much improved this year from last year. Just really a lot better around the basket, a lot softer with her touch.
And right there, she gets the block and the rebound, Kevin.
Brown being checked by Jen. They lob it inside once again, and she scores 6 quick ones. Just too easy. Center Grove's got to figure out a way to make that pass a little bit more challenging. Maybe bring a double team, but again, at the moment, it's a quick release. She's keeping it high and getting it strong or quickly to the basket.
And Center Grove on the other end, turning the ball over. 2 turnovers, and they really haven't got a shot up at the rim. Vulcan got one blocked, and
she's fouled by Vulcan. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Center Grove that's going to be on Vulcan. Center Grove not a zone team, Kevin, which situations like this, obviously, and Coach Stuckmeyer is going to get a quick timeout. He's obviously not happy with what he sees so far. It's been the Avery Gordon show so far.
30-second timeout called by Coach Stuckmeyer.
And he's trying to explain. I'm sure they had a game plan on how to attack her, but so far that double has been slow coming to her, and the entry passes from Brownsburg, who struggled a little bit early this afternoon with those post-entry passes, have been crisp and on target, and Center Grove hasn't been able to get there before Gordon gets them up on the rim.
Gordon earlier today against Jeffersonville, 30 points. And you're right, she came off the bench in the first and third quarters. Getting the start here tonight. 7 points for Gordon.
She averages about 63% on the year from the free throw line, but looked smooth on that first one. Second one draws back iron. Good block out from Hannah Jen, and Gilliard corrals it.
Trojans really have not had a good trip offensively.
Well, obviously they're going to be focused with that zone on Ava Grant. They need to get Gilliard inside. But they're keeping special eye on her, but she gets an open look.
Grant's three, rattles out. Jen, offensive rebound. Trying to go up with it, lost it out of bounds.
But yeah, Center Grove finally got a good look, good back screen on Montgomery, and now Center Grove early gets into a little bit of their three-quarter court trap with Gilliard on the point.
I like it. You got to mix things up. Ball deflected out of bounds by Lily Bischoff. She had a great game earlier today, 17 points.
Well, we talked about if there's one area of weakness on this Brownsburg team, sometimes they get a little bit hurried up from the guard play. Good defense by Jen. She reaches over. She's going to get a jump ball. That's the only reason, obviously, we didn't see that Plainfield-Brownsburg game early in the year when Plainfield won by 20, but knowing how aggressive that Plainfield team was when they came here against Center Grove, if they had that same aggressiveness against Brownsburg and not a lot of calls in that game, then it's easy to see why they got the easy win. Great pass inside to Vulcan. Man, you got to finish those shots. Two good open looks for Center Grove the last two times down, and neither one of them has went in.
Score remains 7-0 Bulldogs. Montgomery. Steers finds McCullough. Again, 6 3-pointers earlier today. McCullough, 25 points. Inside, Gordon. Better job by Vulcan. I think she got a piece of it.
Yeah, she did. She kind of walled up there. Now Lily back to.
Good closeout on Ava Grant by Bree Brown. Bischoff had a couple of threes in the win against North Knox this morning.
Right there is where Gilliard, and if she goes there, then you kind of almost like you need to flood the side with her and Ava Grant, because then if they kind of collapse on Gilliard, then maybe Ava can get some easy shots.
Gilliard trying to score over the 6'6 Gordon, left it short.
Well, I think she might get a piece of that one too, Kevin.
McCullough into the corner, three by Brown, catches rim.
Push, push.
Gilliard sets the feet, fires the three, hit the back point. Bischoff takes a three, missed it.
And right now, nothing going in for Center Grove. Now they've went almost 4.5 minutes, Kevin, without a basket, and that is not a recipe for a win.
Claire Miller in for Brownsburg, along with Sammy Clark. Also, Joaquin in as well. Joaquin with the basketball. Inside pass, tipped away by Vulcan. And we see in the ball game for the Trojans, Mackenzie Pierce, sophomore, had a three-pointer earlier today. And Grant Long with that three. It goes off a player on the weak side. It goes off Mackenzie Pierce.
Another open look by Ava, just a little bit too strong with that one. She's had two good open looks, and that's Center Grove is going to need her to shoot a high percentage, Kevin, to stay in this ball game.
Center Grove still trying to get on the scoreboard. They're down 7-0. Double team, better job. Travel called against Gordon. Better job, a quicker double team that time for CJ.
Yeah, quicker double team, and Vulcan does a pretty good job of pushing her out just a little bit. She gets that ball in the white, it's game over, but that time she got it out on that block a little bit and allowed Gilliard to come with that double, and they got the turnover.
Foul against Joaquin. First foul against the Bulldogs.
Center Grove's done a much better job defensively, Kevin. Now you got to find a way to get some points on the board. Wagner in for Center Grove.
Wagner, 33, the freshman. 4 points earlier today. This one's loose. It got tipped away. Good hands by Miller. Tapped that one away. Joaquin picks up the loose ball. Three-point attempt, and she continues to hit the threes. McCullough, 7 3-pointers on the day. That's her first in this ball game.
You got to get the hand up. I mean, she was in decent position, but the hands are down. And you know what one of my favorite sayings is, Kevin? Hand down, man down. And right there, McCullough makes them pay. And you're right. She continues to be on fire. She might want to come back and play more games here at the Vandy Gym, Kevin.
She likes these rims. Again, 7 3-pointers on the day. She had 6 in the win against Jeffersonville.
Not a lot of movement by Center Grove, and man, look at the big space. Where is the big space? It's right there. Now Haley Wagner was open again. Center Grove offense very stagnant. Talked about that being the key. Now Mackenzie Pierce for 3. Oh, she hits
well done. First 3-pointer for the Trojans. First basket for the Trojans.
And that's a huge one, too, to try to get them off the schneid a little bit, get back in this ball game.
Gordon inside, missed it. Keeps it alive, but it goes to Ava Grant. Grant down the lane with the right hand. High arching shot over Gordon, missed it. The follow-up doesn't go for Emerson Vulcan. She's at the line for 2 free throws.
Good job by Grant of getting it up on the rim. She knew that Gordon was coming over here to help try to block that shot, and that left Vulcan underneath for the putback attempt.
Vulcan hits on the first. 3 losses for the Bulldogs. They're 11-3, 3-1 in the HCC, second place. 5-2 at home, 5-1 on the road, and 1-0 neutral court. And she hits on the next one as well.
Talukian in for Brownsburg, for Gordon to give her a quick breather here at the end of the first quarter, and a little bit of life here late, Kevin. 5 straight for Center Grove.
Center Grove at 13-1, 5-1 on the home court. Going to the basket a little bit too hard. That's Joaquin.
Good job of just walling up there by Wagner.
McCullough on Bischoff at the free throw line. Great shovel pass. Gilliard finding Wagner for her first 2.
Center Grove right back in this ball game now, Kevin. 7 unanswered points. This press has sped up Brownsburg a little bit. Once again, just like she did this afternoon, Sammy Clark comes in and hits a huge 3. She's really the only other 3-point shooter that Brownsburg has. She shoots it at 41%. McCullough came in shooting 35%. We know what she's done tonight, but that's a big lift off of the bench by Clark.
That's her 16th 3, and Gilliard gets her first basket.
There she is again. Got to get the arm up, Mackenzie. There you go.
Final 18 seconds of this opening quarter championship game.
Another good job by Gilliard of getting that hand up. Oh, and Grant get this one up on the rim. That's a block. I hope her. Well, that's clearly a block. Brownsburg faithful aren't happy, but Coach Sable understands she was moving, and a little awkward fall. They're going to say that was before the shot by Ava.
On the floor. Foul against Sammy Clark. So 6 seconds for the Trojans. Bischoff will throw it in. Good anticipation by McCullough. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And Ava Grant knocks it out of her hand. It's on the baseline, and that's the end of the first quarter. Strong finish for the Center Grove Trojans in that opening quarter after being down 10-zip. It's now 13-9 Brownsburg. Championship game in the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament. This is CG Basketball presented by the Center Grove Girls Basketball League.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Brownsburg leads Center Grove. Underway here in quarter number 2. Carroll Toomey Holiday Tournament Championship game between two highly ranked teams in Class 4A and the state of Indiana, and a turnover to begin the second quarter. Ava Grant comes up with the steal on the baseline. Grant shot in and out of bounds, off the Bulldogs. It'll be Trojan ball.
Much better ending to that first quarter, Kevin. Center Grove gets down 10-0 early, but their offense kind of clicked a little bit after that big Mackenzie Pierce 3 that got them moving a little bit.
Gordon, 7 points, lead the way for the Bulldogs in the opening quarter.
Those 7 were in about the first 2 minutes of the game, Kevin. Since then, she's scoreless. More of a straight man-to-man defense now.
Good shot by Grant. Good hustle. Gilliard chases down the loose ball in the corner. Center Grove resets.
So, yeah, not that zone. Now just straight man. And
I tell you, when you have somebody 6'6" in the middle and long arms, that changes everything.
And you think about Grayson Gilliard, that's one of the best things that she does is drive to the basket, and she's so physical, but it's very difficult to finish around the goal.
Center Grove being very, very patient.
Very patient.
Vulcan going with the left hand, blocked by Gordon. It'll be Trojan ball. I like it. You got to attack.
Yeah, and I was going to say, she looks a little frustrated, but you got to continue to do that, Kevin. You can't just get frustrated. It's going to happen. That's okay. You
might get a foul.
You tip your cap and you say, I'll try to get you next time with a different move.
Trying to get Grant in the corner. Covered up quickly by McCullough.
Yeah, Brownsburg's doing a good job, obviously. Now Lily Bischoff
drills the three. She had 2 earlier today. She's got 3 on the day.
Center Grove within 1 now, Kevin, after that awful start.
Three-pointer doesn't go.
Yeah, that's Harvey. She's a freshman. She shot a couple this morning. You look at her three-point shooting percentage. It is not good, so you're going to give her that all day.
She's hit 5 on the season. Perimeter shot no good for the Trojans. Center Grove down 1. 6-minute mark, just under 6 minutes. Second quarter.
They're doing all this, and Ava Grant is still scoreless. Yeah,
good job by Bischoff. Knocks that one out of bounds. So Lily Bischoff was our Greenwood, Texas Roadhouse player of the game earlier today. Again, a couple of threes, 17 points. Had a chance to talk to her on the postgame show, and she said that having a few weeks off to rest her foot was a big help. Three-pointer good, McCullough.
One girl that you got to keep your eye out from deep, and Coach Stuckmeyer not happy about that as he looks to his coaching staff on the bench. How does that happen?
You need to know where 3 is on the perimeter at all times.
Now back to that zone a little bit. Gilliard gets the short-range jumper.
That's what you need, that short-range jump shot. 4 points for Gilliard.
I mean, you talked about it, Kevin. The one girl you can't double off of is McCullough. This time, Jen gets a little bit too far over there, and a nice dish to Gabby Harvey for her first bucket.
Harvey, again, a freshman off the bench. Center Grove down 4. There it is, Gilliard. That's the shot. That is the place to attack this defense. Center Grove within 2. McCullough takes it to the corner. Harvey steers.
Yeah, there's
inside, just too deep. She missed it this time, gets her own rebound. She's fouled.
Well, and you had, because Center Grove switches everything, Kevin, you ended up having Bischoff on her inside, and then the only help you had was Ava Grant. You got her to miss the first one, and then the second one off the rebound.
Foul against Bischoff, her first. Gordon 7 points in the ballgame. She had 30 points earlier today, averaging 19, probably Now more than that with that 30-point effort earlier today. Close to 10 rebounds per game. 63% from the stripe and hits on the first free throw. 8 points in the ball game. Misses on the next one. Trojans down 3.
Gilliard gets a quick breather. Wagner back in.
Bischoff's going to try another 3. Missed it. Out of bounds. Trojans will throw it in under their own basket as we approach 4 minutes to play in this opening half.
I don't think Gilliard's going to get very much of a break, Kevin. Just a quick breather.
I call it a splash and go. A splash of water and let's go.
This is almost one of those situations, and obviously Emerson Vulcan hasn't shot a 3 all day, but that's about the only way that you can get Gordon out of that lane, Kevin, is if you have a big that can step out there and shoot it.
Bischoff misses on the baseline. Gordon doubled.
Wow.
Kind of does that drop step, uses the glass well banks it in.
That was from, 7 or 8 feet, Kevin, where she just throws it off that glass. That is almost impossible to stop.
That's where you got to try to take away the right hand, try to force her more to the middle if you can.
Or you got to get more pressure on those passes from the perimeter folks to try to make that pass way tougher. A lot of standing right now from Center Grove's offense, and like I said, Gilliard on the bench.
Good closeout on Ava Grant. Wagner has a shot blocked.
Well, and they were trying to pick Gordon to give an open look to Haley Wagner, but Gordon got through the pick.
Good power by Gordon, and Vulcan picks up her second foul.
Yeah, she's now got 2, Kevin. That is like I talked about, a matchup nightmare for Center Grove, and really one of their only other bigs inside, Kevin Ellis Sprong, dressed in street clothes tonight.
Gordon hits on the free throw, headed to Purdue to play collegiately.
Boilers could use her this year, struggling again up in West Lafayette girls basketball program, women's basketball program, I should say.
Short on the next, 22-16, Center Grove down. Approaching 2.5 minutes to play second quarter. Bischoff trying to find Pierce in the corner, sails that one out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's what you can't afford to get empty trips. We saw that early when Center Grove got down by 10. I think Center Grove's going to have to do this more than they're comfortable doing.
Center Grove just didn't get back and left Miller wide open for an easy 2, and
Coach
Speckmeyer not happy.
That lead back up to 8, Kevin, after Center Grove had cut it to 2.
Miller McCullough really guarding that interior in the middle on Gilliard.
No foul there. She kind of went through Gilliard a little bit, but
here comes the double team. Made Gordon take a tough shot. Bischoff on the attack, spin dribble. Inside Gilliard, missed it, but she'll get 2 free throws.
Good thing that's 2 on McCullough now for Brownsburg.
Foul on Brownsburg, number 3, McCullough. Kristen Miller to the line for 2 shots.
Grayson 6 points in the ball game, averaging 20 points a ball game. 88% from the free throw line. Misses on the first free throw. Another one for the junior. Season high of 33 against Franklin in the county championship game. One more. Her career high is 38 points?
Is that what she had at Munster
At
last
Munster,
year?
her freshman year. Set the school record. Hits on the next free throw.
Well, this is an important last 2 minutes of this ball game, Kevin. Center Grove cannot afford to have Brownsburg bump this out past 10 at halftime. Trying to hope that you stay within 5 or so. Man, that's just too easy. You didn't have the double come, and you can see the disgust from Coach Stuckmeyer. It just wasn't there. It was kind of halfway there, and you cannot do anything halfway against Avery Gordon. She's going to make you pay.
Bischoff gets a high screen. Pass goes to Gilliard. Skip pass, catch, shoot for Mackenzie Pierce. She has 1 3-pointer in the ball game, a couple of threes in today's tournament. Out of bounds, Center Grove will throw it in.
I like her to just shoot with confidence, Kevin. We talk about it all the time. Warm-ups, we always see her hitting a good percentage of those 3-pointers. She just got to shoot it with confidence during games.
Bischoff.
Oh, that's a push. Man, she got pushed from behind there. No call on Steers.
Brown steers inside. Gordon lost it. Now throws it off Wagner. Bulldogs will throw it in.
But that got help. That good hard double by Gilliard, and then you just start digging at that ball a little bit.
Steers, rotates it to the corner. Brown.
And without McCullough in there, Kevin, they don't really have that 3-point threat other than Clark. Clark gets it inside, and man.
Another basket for Gordon, and she'll go back to the free throw line. Gilliard picks up her first. Gordon much improved since we saw her last year in the tournament here.
Last year she was battling a lot of those injuries, Kevin, and also her stamina wasn't as good.
Pierce misses on the 3. There's a foul against the Trojans. Hannah Ginn picks up her first personal.
Talked about when it was at 7 with a minute to go, Kevin, how important this last minute was, and instead of cutting into that lead, now Center Grove has given up 2 baskets. More than likely Brownsburg going to get the last shot. With a chance to cut it to, or bump it out to 13 or even 14.
Nice penetration on the baseline. Nice feed. Good follow-up by Gordon. 17 points. Takes us to halftime. 30-17. Center Grove trails Brownsburg in the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament Championship game. Center Grove got to try to figure out how do you stop Avery Gordon. Not easy to do. She has 17 points here at halftime. We'll take a break. Coming up at halftime, our special guest, Dr. Bill Long, Superintendent of Center Grove Schools. This is CG Girls Basketball, presented by Center Grove Girls Basketball League.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
We're at halftime of the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament Championship game. 30-17, Center Grove trails Brownsburg. And the Consolation game earlier tonight, it was North Knox beating Jeffersonville 67-54. Our special guest here at halftime is Dr. Bill Long, the superintendent of Center Grove Schools. And Dr. Long, first of all, it's so, I guess this maybe this year's tournament just has so much more meaning, if you will. We lost a great one in Carol Tumey this past summer, but we started this tournament. This is the third annual, and I think it was so appropriate to name this tournament after such a great person in our community and everything that she stood for as far as girls athletics.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Happy New Year to you and all the listeners. Guys, to talk about Carol and what she did for not just Center Grove, but for women's athletics in high school in Indiana is just amazing. And this seems like such a small thing, but such a large thing that we could do to honor Carol and her accomplishments and her service to women's athletics and to Center Grove.
I'll say you got a chance to work with Carol when you were the principal here at Center Grove High School. She's assistant athletic director for many, many years, a coach as well, and just really well respected by her peers, but also her student athletes that had the chance to play under her. I've heard so many great stories about Carol from a lot of former athletes.
Yeah, I came here in 1998 as an assistant principal, and Carol was on the team that interviewed me, and she liked to tell the story that she really wanted me to be hired here, and I'd tell her always how much I appreciated that too. But no, I've been here 27 years, got to work with Carol in various capacity as an assistant principal, a principal, and then assistant superintendent, and just what a privilege and what a positive person Carol always was about our athletic events. And one of the things that she and John Zwitt did is always made sure we did things in a classy way. And I think this tournament and what we do for the visiting teams is a great example of that. But Carol always wanted to make sure that Center Grove was viewed in the most positive light possible, and she worked so hard to make sure that we did that.
Also, before the game this morning, I thought it was very classy to honor Carol's husband, Dale Tumey. It was always Dale and Carol. They always came to all the football games and all the home athletic events, and it was great to see Dale here tonight.
Yeah, Dale, you hardly say Carol without Dale, and what they both did and what they meant to Center Grove. And, they adopted Center Grove as their home school. I think, the Alumni Association even made her an honorary alumni because of the time and the amount of time that she spent with Center Grove. And Dale, the same thing. He always was there. Still, remember last year down in Bedford at the regional, and then at Southport at the semi-state. Carol and Dale were at both of those. And I know that wasn't easy for both of them to get around and to go to those, but it meant so much to them. And I think they found so much joy in when she quit organizing these, she found so much joy in just attending them and watching them and always being an advocate for the women's sports.
Again, we're visiting with Dr. Long, the superintendent of Center Grove Schools, and change gears a little bit. Dr. Long, let's talk about just the great facilities that we have here at Center Grove High School. Rick and I do a lot of games here at home and obviously on the road, but state-of-the-art facilities here at Center Grove, and the newest and latest. Haven't had a chance to be over there, but I've heard all some great things about the new golf, softball, and I guess also cheerleading, maybe some other uses. But tell us about this wonderful building that is now open.
Yeah, we finally got it open in right before Christmas, 1st of December. I'm struggling with a name for it, Kevin, because it does so much for everything, and it's kind of appropriate that we talk about it tonight because I believe it's the first facility that we've built that our primary women's athletes practice in all the time. It's for the girls golf team, the girls softball team, the cheerleaders, the dance team, and also the boys golf team. But it's one of our first buildings that we've done that's really primarily for our women's sports, and we're really proud of that. And I think, again, you talk about our nice facilities and everything, and that's just goes back to the board having the forethought and looking forward to make sure that we can build these facilities without raising taxes. And as you travel around, we're not the only ones that have nice facilities. And I think, in high school in Indiana especially, that's become something that's a little bit of an expectation. And it's not just our athletic facilities. Our schools are in great shape. The high school campus is something I'm really proud of. It looks good. It flows really well, and it flows probably better than some of the other ones. But our elementary schools and our middle schools are nice. We've been able to touch all of those in the last 10, 15 years to make them look as nice as they are and keep everybody safe as well.
I mean, facilities obviously very, very important, but also great coaches. You touched on something there. Having conversations with our middle school athletic directors, where coaches at the middle school level are teaching what the high school coaches want them to teach and using the same language. And I think that just sets up these young athletes for success in high school.
You know, I think Eric Moore started that when he first got here and just said, hey, if we're going to have a successful program, we've got to all be talking the same language when we do something. And I think, you know, Coach Hahn picked up on that, and he's worked really hard, and so has Kevin Stuckmeyer. They've both done a really nice job. And I think we've shown, and it's been seen all around the state, that if you have a great feeder program, then your varsity program is going to do really well too. And it takes a lot of time. I got a lot of respect for those head coaches, because that's not an easy thing to do. You got to spend time away from your family and help that out. But it also pays off a great deal when those kids come to the high school and ready to play varsity.
Maybe a shout out real quick to Katie Fisher and Joe Bronkella and their staff. They put on a great tournament here today.
Yeah, they work so well together. They're respected throughout the state, and they work with our athletic directors, or the athletic directors from our competitors as much, and they try to help them out. And I think that's one of the things that I've really seen from both of them is they work so well together, but so well with the other athletic directors, and they try to help each other out. And it's not a competition, it's how can I help you out. And Joe and Katie do a great job, and this tournament, you're right, is just a microcosm of all the great things they do for us.
Any coaching advice on how we can slow down the 6'6" Gordon from Brownsburg?
Man,
she's special.
No kidding. When I got here, she had scored the first 7 points, I think, of the game, and I'm like, I thought Vulcan's tall. This girl's even taller than Vulcan, and so I think that's going to be tough. We've tried to front her and back her and everything else, and the only way you're going to stop that is to not let the ball get inside to her, because once it's inside, she's pretty much unstoppable.
Well, Dr. Long, thank you for everything that you do for Center Grove. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us, and let's have a great 2025.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for all you guys do, too.
Thank you. Dr. Bill Long joined us here at intermission. Appreciate his time, opportunity to visit and talk a little bit about Carol Tumey and what she meant to the Center Grove community and also the state of Indiana as well. And now both teams back out on the court. We're about ready to get underway here in the third quarter, and Rick's back with me. And Rick, you have our halftime scores.
Yeah, first for Center Grove, they were led in scoring by Grayson Gilliard. She had 7. Mackenzie Pierce, Lily Bischoff had 3 apiece. And then Haley Wagner and Emerson Vulcan had 2 apiece. For Brownsburg, they're led in scoring by their super senior Avery Gordon. She has 17 in the first half. Elle McCullough once again had a couple threes. She had 6. Claire Miller 2. Gabby Harvey 2. And then Sammy Clark had a 3.
Underway here in this third quarter. See what kind of adjustments each team has made, especially Center Grove defensively, to try to slow down
how about that
Gordon. But also you got to try to find ways to score.
Got to get Ava Grant going. She had a lot of shots early in that game. First quarter, couldn't get any of them to go in, and first one in the third quarter goes in. You got to get that double. Wow.
Vulcan, good job. She stayed vertical, playing with 2 fouls. Made her take a tough shot. Good start so far for Center Grove. Gilliard going baseline, trying to attack Gordon, trying to maybe pick up that foul. And now the pass intercepted, and Steers misses on the left-handed layup. Yeah, there's a push, foul.
That's going to be 3 on McCullough, Kevin.
It is. Number 3 against Elle McCullough.
That's a bigger deal than I think what people think, because she has been so good from the perimeter. Having her possibly have to go to the bench there kind of frees up Center Grove to put even more doubles and pressure on Gordon inside.
Trying to get it back to the corner. They quickly cover up on Ava Grant. Bischoff takes a deep 3, and there's a foul.
Oh, man, that's 3 on Vulcan.
Emerson Vulcan, 3 fouls. Kind of put the forearm in the back.
And what they're trying to do, Kevin, is kind of overload that right side against that zone and force Gordon to come out and have to play against that three-point shooter. They tried it twice. Once it worked with Grant. That time Center Grove wasn't patient enough to get that open look in the corner again.
Trying to put a double team on Gordon. Help defense coming across from Gilliard. Center Grove down 10. We're in the third quarter, 6:20 to play. McCullough fakes on the three. Good cover up from Bischoff. Steers, feeds the post. Gordon trying to make the pass. Vulcan was able to get her hands on it, but it's picked up by the Bulldogs. That was Montgomery that came up with the loose ball.
Oh,
and
that's
got to
walk.
be, yeah, there you go. That's a travel. Brown with the travel. And so far, Center Grove's adjustments seem to be paying off. Now they just got to find some more scoring opportunities.
Yeah, and this is the third opportunity, Kevin, to get that cut inside of 10 in the first 2 minutes of the game. You've held Brownsburg without a point. Now you got to find a way to, like you said, get more offense.
Pass tipped and taken away. That's Bree Brown with the steal and the basket. Bree Brown, the sophomore, her first two.
And that's a big steal and score there by Brownsburg. Anytime you can get easy buckets, that makes this comeback by Center Grove even more difficult. Oh, and another turnover. You cannot have the constant turnovers, and that's 3 in the first 2.5 minutes here in the third quarter, Kevin, if you're going to mount any kind of comeback. And those really aren't, turnovers that are forced by the defense overplaying you or anything like that. They're just careless turnovers.
Going to the basket. That was Steers, but Gordon's there to clean it up.
Yeah, you don't get that loose ball underneath the basket, and once Gordon gets it in her hands in that paint, it's game over, Kevin.
Whistle.
Is that going to be on McCullough again? Ooh, that's a break for Brownsburg.
That's Bree Brown with the foul, number 2 against the Bulldogs. Center Grove down 14 points.
Whoa, Coach Sable.
Wanted the moving screen called against the Trojans. Ooh, I think she stepped on the end line, out of bounds. Good move. That's what you got to do sometimes against a bigger player inside, is go with the reverse layup. Not a bad idea by Gilliard, but she steps on the end line.
You think Coach Sable's been talking about that since he was on the sidelines for Franklin, Kevin, a few years ago?
I think you're right.
Good double by Center Grove. Unfortunately, Brownsburg beats it. Now they've got numbers.
Lob inside. Gordon scores easily. 21 points for Gordon.
Well,
she's special.
That lead back out to 16 now, Kevin, after Center Grove. And man, just those passes. I always talk about fake high, go low with that pass, Kevin. You got to throw some bounce passes when you got a couple athletic girls on the wings like Brownsburg does. And Center Grove trying to throw over the top of people, and that's when you get the turnovers.
Back to Grant, hits the three. Inside, outside.
Yep, that's exactly right, Kevin. A good job by Gilliard. She got doubled inside, and she kicks it immediately back out. It's one of those things, maybe if you overload that one side with those two, they got to pick their poison, but you got to find something on this end. And, I mean, the only one who's played her decently is Emerson Vulcan, and she's now on the bench with 3 fouls.
Missed shot by Grant. Jen trying to get the rebound. Good effort by Jen. Jump ball. Some substitutions here for the Bulldogs, and here comes Vulcan back in for CG. It will be Bulldog basketball. And once again, Hobbig Injury Law of Greenwood donating $3 for each made three-pointer tonight by the Center Grove Trojans. Back to the Center Grove High School Athletic Department. We're up to 4 3-pointers in tonight's ball game.
Appreciate Eric and his team at Hobbig Injury Law. They've been doing that for most of the sports throughout this school year. Basketball, it's 3-pointers.
Check them out, hobbiginjurylaw.com. Vulcan again. She's back in there playing with 3 fouls. You almost need Vulcan in there to have any chance at all to slow this attack by Brownsburg.
You're exactly right, Kevin. You get to the point where, not going to do you any good to save her for the fourth quarter if you're down by 25. Center Grove had that opportunity there if they can get.
Gilliard with the left hand almost got it to go. Great sportsmanship by Gordon helping up Gilliard. She'll get 2 free throws.
Saw that throughout the morning contest. Gordon was always right there. And that's what all Boilermakers are like, Kevin. Good sports and friendly, helpful. You can go ahead and just whatever else you want to describe this Boilermaker as.
The guy that told me earlier today he broke at least 2 clipboards while coaching.
I don't remember that conversation. I prefer the word passionate, Kevin, when we're talking about breaking clipboards.
That's a good way to explain it, Boilermaker. Passionate. 38-25. Center Grove trails.
Man, I thought she was in good spot, Kevin. It was straight up, but then I think she came down on Gordon, and that's going to be 4 on her. And we just saw what happened when you put Vulcan on the bench. Center Grove has nobody.
Ava comes back to the scores table. She'll get ready to check in as Gordon swishes the free throw. She has 24 points.
I mean, your next best bet, Kevin, is probably Grayson Gilliard. But, I mean, she's given up 8 to 10 inches on Gordon.
40-25. Center Grove trails. Gilliard, short. Just her presence in the middle just throws off your shot.
You're always adjusting.
You're always looking over your shoulder. Where is she? You could just tell.
You're not shooting.
They're altering
your normal,
shots, right? They're altering shots, if not blocking your shot. Ball's out of bounds. Center Grove will throw it in with Lily Bischoff.
Oh, somebody.
Bischoff goes baseline, and she saw Gordon coming, and she just kind of altered the shot just enough to miss it.
Yeah, you look at the stats, Kevin, and you go, oh, now you got Bischoff inside. That's a good job of recognizing Gordon, and, man, she is absolutely putting on a show here at Center Grove tonight.
She's, putting on a clinic. She's got 27 points. Lob it inside to Gilliard. She's got the shot blocked. Late whistle from the outside official. Gordon picks up her second foul.
I thought she got her, but then you're right, that late whistle.
Might have been with the body.
Yep.
Clean up top and got the body. And 2 shots now for Gilliard.
I like the way Grayson continues to try to go at her, but definitely is affecting shots inside. And that's the thing. You look at the stats, she can go, she had, 2 block shots or something, but the number of shots that she affects, Kevin, is absolutely huge.
And she's logging a lot of minutes tonight, Gordon. We recall, as you said, last year she went in spurts, but I believe she was playing or coming back from injury. Wasn't able to play long periods of minutes last year, but she played a lot of minutes earlier today, and she's playing a lot of minutes here again tonight. Good recognition by Gordon that time. Finding her teammate on the other side. Steers out front.
Steer, we remember her, Kevin, from, that's a double dribble. Remember her from the volleyball match at Brownsburg when they came over here, one of their good outside hitters. I think she's going to play volleyball somewhere. Remember that. My memory is not like it used to be, Kevin, other than, our high school glory days. I still remember all those things.
Still remembers when he hit his 1 grand slam. American Legion baseball.
Yep.
Scoop shot. Foul. Now Gordon just picked up her 3rd. That might change things a little bit. We shall see.
Still 15 points. Center Grove can somehow get this inside of 10, Kevin. By the end of the 3rd quarter, you got McCullough and Gordon both with 3 fouls. Then maybe things get a little more interesting in the 4th.
Gilliard hits on the free throw. And I believe this is the first time Gordon has set out tonight, I believe.
She set out at the end of that first quarter, the last minute and a half or so, but you're right.
Not much time on the bench. So, again, she'll go to the bench with 3 fouls, and now we have a full timeout called. It's 42-28, Center Grove trying to close the gap here in the final 128 of the third quarter.
How about this day of basketball, Kevin? And we got to thank, obviously, Center Grove Girls Basketball League, Scott McNeil, who, after listening to us the first couple games this morning, I don't know if his daughter, Lauren, if that wasn't helping with her, tonsils. She just had her tonsils out a couple days ago. I think her ears might have been bleeding a little bit more than her tonsils listening to me for 4 hours. So
you think she said, "Hey, Dad, I'm ready to go to the game tonight. I don't know if I can handle another game with Rick and Kevin."
Exactly. So good to see them here. But, yeah, thank you to the Girls Basketball League, obviously great sponsor for the past few years, and especially this wonderful Carol Tumey holiday tournament, and obviously the great interview you had at halftime there with Gary Long. Dr. Long, Bill Long, and just all of his memories that he had of Carol and what all she did for this school system.
One more for Gilliard at the free throw line.
Now Center Grove with Gordon out, then they're going to go with a little bit smaller of a lineup, Kevin, and I thought they were going to pick up a little bit, but pick up half court and man-to-man and see if they can cut into this lead even further.
Gilliard with 12 points. Ball's loose, and Ava comes up with it. Center Grove trying to close this deficit. To the corner, Bischoff. Grant fires a three, got it.
Back to 10. Man, this was a 17-point lead, I think, for Brownsburg. Was that their largest lead, Kevin?
I believe so,
Center
yes.
Grove with 7 straight here at the end of the third quarter, and good pressure defense. Oh, you let a cut come to the lane.
Timeout before whatever that was going to be. I don't know if that was going to be a block shot out of bounds or if it was going to be a foul against Center Grove. It looked like a clean block to me, but Coach Sable had already called a timeout.
Yeah, I think he was not happy with how his offensive possession was going right there, and he wanted to get a timeout to try to set something up for the end of the third quarter. But, yeah, Center Grove can get a stop here, Kevin, and able to get a bucket to end this third quarter, then, I mean, they're going to be the closest that they've been in a long time.
Thank you to the following sponsors for Center Grove Girls Basketball: Jersey Mike Subs, K&K Fence Company, G&G Oil Company, Aqua Systems, Duke Homes, Kopetsky Auto Wash, All Seasons Insulation, Prime 47 Indy Steakhouse, Bischoff Wealth Management, Primary Grounds, the Gilliard Family, Hobbig Injury Law, Greenwood Texas Roadhouse, Peterman Brothers, and our presenting sponsor tonight, Center Grove Girls Basketball League. Off the out-of-bounds play, Montgomery looks like she walked. I say she walked. I thought she was going to get away with it, but the outside official calls the travel.
She had the size advantage of Hannah Jen, but not too many people out there have the heart of Hannah Jen, and good hard-nosed defense there, and she gets the travel. And like I said, Center Grove now with the opportunity, Kevin, to cut this to an 8-point lead. Oh, great idea by Grayson, just maybe a little bit of air underneath of that to Hannah Jen. Oh, she double dribbled. Yep, Harvey.
Freshman. Good pressure by Gilliard on the perimeter, forcing that turnover. 25 seconds to play in the third.
Now you got to figure Center Grove will hold for one. They also get the ball coming out of the start to fourth quarter, Kevin.
Down to 15 seconds.
Great play there.
Great lob pass. Yep. Gilliard scores. She has 14 points. Different ball game with Gordon on the bench with 3 fouls. 2 seconds, 1 second. Steers, three-pointer is short. Center Grove's back in it. We're headed to the fourth. And the Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament Championship game. Center Grove was down 17 within 8. Fourth quarter up next. Today's game presented by the Center Grove Girls Basketball League.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
For Brownsburg to begin the fourth quarter playing with 3 fouls. She has 27 points. Center Grove has closed the gap. Down 8 with the basketball.
9-0 run, Kevin, or 8-0 run to finish that. I think it was a 9-0 run, actually, to finish that quarter to get this back to single digits. And now Ava Grant in the corner.
She hits it.
How about her performance in the second half, Kevin? That's 4 threes for Ava. She's got 12. Center Grove within 5.
Double team on Gordon. Long skip pass. And now Montgomery out on top. Almost had it taken away. 3-pointer from Steers.
Wow.
Got it. That was huge. Just her 8th 3-pointer of the season. That's her first basket tonight.
That was gargantuan, like you said, Kevin. And Center Grove close to having the steal there. Pierce gets her hands on it, but not able to corral it. And Steers hits a huge shot.
Quickly, they cover up Ava Grant. Back to the corner. Bischoff for 3. Rimmed it. On the ground, we have a foul.
Yeah, Montgomery's about ready to get a technical, too. She turned around and said something to the ref, and he stopped. Gave her a little bit of a leeway.
That's her first foul, team's first. Bischoff, bounce pass, Ava Grant, backdoor cut, scores.
Love that play. I love that play coming out of bounds plays, or usually it's coming out of a timeout or the end of the quarter, beginning of the quarter, and Center Grove back within 6.
McCullough for 3. Yes, sir. Wow.
2 back-to-back huge threes by Brownsburg after Center Grove continues to try to push into this lead.
Grant for 3. Chased down by Bischoff to the corner. She saves it to Pierce. Gilliard to Grant. 6 minutes to play in the championship ball game.
Seeing they got Gordon out, pulled out like that, that's where you want to see if, man, you're not going to be able to do that. That's where you want to see if you can get Gilliard something inside when Gordon is pulled out on the perimeter. And she's got, now they switch into Grayson Gilliard. I thought that might be the only other person who physically, she's going to get a foul inside.
Double team, Gordon too deep. She gets it. 29 points.
Yeah, Grayson trying to push her out of that comfort spot, but then she gets it inside the paint, and it's game, set, match when that happens.
Center Grove was what, within 5?
5 was the closest, and
back to a double-digit lead, 11-point advantage for the Bulldogs. 5:10 to go. From the free throw line, jump shot good by Gilliard.
Man, I thought she might have got hit on the arm as well. No call. She still hits it. Now Coach Stuckmeyer want to figure out if he's going to go maybe, Kevin, a little three-quarter court trap, something like that to speed this game up a little bit and help Center Grove possibly get a couple easy baskets with 5 minutes to go. Well, Gordon's been at it as advertised, Kevin. 30 this morning, 29 tonight. 29 out of their 50 points. But honestly, those 2 back-to-back threes, first by Steers and then McCullough, kind of stemming that run a little bit from Center Grove, and they'd got it cut to 5.
Center Grove's next basketball game coming up on Thursday night, hosting the Carmel Greyhounds. JV at 6, varsity at 7:30, and it will be senior night for CG. 3 fabulous seniors: Vulcan, Grant, and Bischoff.
Center Grove opts to just play half-court defense. Vulcan back in with those 4 fouls.
Center Grove down 9. Brown, ball tipped out of bounds by Ava Grant. She's been able to get in that pass lane a few times tonight, Ava Grant.
Yeah, she's got 14, Kevin, in the second half offensively. And it's like with most people, Kevin, they get going a little bit offensively, then that puts a little extra spark in their defensive coverage. Oh, that's the one girl you want to cover.
She was short. Gordon gets the offensive rebound. She's fouled. She'll get 2 free throws.
Is that Vulcan? I think they might have called that on Pierce. Gilliard.
Her second. Vulcan with 4 fouls. I have Gordon with 29 points. Make that 30. She had 30 earlier today. And hits on the neck. She's a Miss Basketball candidate, one of the tops.
First half, she struggled a little bit on that free throw line, Kevin, but second half, she's 4 for 4 from there. So, man, Pierce has got to shoot that shot. I mean, she's capable enough. She's got to have the confidence to shoot that. Now you got Vulcan out on the perimeter.
Ava's pass taken away. Steers, breaks away for the easy 2.
Well, I think Brownsburg has dodged a bullet here, Kevin, after Center Grove got it down to 5. Now they've bumped it back out to 13, and Center Grove a little stagnant. Yeah, you're not going to be able to lob over a 6'6" girl.
McCullough rotates it. Brown steers. McCullough as we approach 3.5 minutes in this ball game.
Good defense by Grayson.
Brown for 3, swish. She has 5 points in the ball game.
Well, and 2 girls that are not known for their 3-point shooting. Brown came in at 26%. Steers came in at 26%, and they both hit absolutely huge threes here in the 4th quarter.
Inside, Steers. Misses. Gordon once again with the rebound put back. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot some more free throws.
And Emerson Vulcan saying, what else can I do here? She just fouled out.
Vulcan with a couple of free throws in this championship game for 2 points.
That one's short by Avery Gordon. And Gordon gets a steal, and Brownsburg looking to push. They come close a couple times, Kevin, in the top 5 teams, losing by 6 to HSE, who's number 1 now, and by 1 to LN a couple weeks ago, and they're going to get themselves a top 6 win here on Center Grove's home court.
Timeout called with 2:22 to play. We're in the 4th. All Brownsburg 59-43. Yeah, Center Grove made that nice run, got within 5, but a great job by Coach Sable and this Brownsburg team. They didn't panic. They hit some big threes, and before you knew it, that lead was back to double digits.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They got it cut to 5. I think it was 42-35, Kevin, but since then 17 to 8 run to bump this to 16. So been an impressive performance, and like I said, I mean, Gordon has been Gordon here in the fourth quarter. She's got 6, but that huge 3 by Steers, and then that other huge 3, McCullough hit another one. She's been great all day, but then Bree Brown's 3 there. So 3 threes here in the fourth quarter after they'd only hit 3 for the entire game, and that's, I think, going to be how far Brownsburg goes is if they can get something in addition. There's going to be a lot of teams that are just going to play zone defense against them, or they're going to try to press and speed them up. And I'm, like we talked about earlier, I'm assuming that's how Plainfield beat them, but we'll see what happens come postseason.
Also, they lost to Lawrence North, who really plays that aggressive defense.
But that one was that was 40, 43, 42.
Very competitive, exactly.
Good pass up ahead.
Gilliard not able to hit the left-handed layup.
And Jen got a good steal there, good pass up ahead. But once again, I think that was also Gilliard just couldn't finish. Man, you're in good spot right there, Kevin, but then you add the reach. You had Harvey kind of pinned over there, and
foul against Hannah. That's her second foul.
That's a nice outlet to have as well, Kevin, when you can just throw it up there to Gordon if you get in trouble. And she can hold it as high as she can. And nobody, kind of reminds me, when your dad's holding the ball up high above his head when you're about 4 years old, and and you're like, I can't get the ball.
Foul called against the Trojans. Stops the clock with 1:35. Whistle. Another foul against the Trojans.
And that will be the 15th foul, so Center Grove will go to the line. Lanaya Joaquin with her first point of the ball game. Gilliard with the rebound. Grayson's been really good here in the second half. Really, it's been her and Ava Grant trying to get Center Grove back into the game. And Grayson with 10 and Ava with 14 here in the second half. So the rest of Center Grove team only has 2 points, Kevin. Now Center Grove got some subs in. Mia Mann, the junior, comes in, and Coach Sable going to bring in his backups.
Steers scores. She's had a really good fourth quarter. Delaney Steers, as Rick said, a really good volleyball player as well for the Bulldogs.
And she's got 7 in the fourth quarter, and they were huge. Like I said, 5-point game, Kevin. Steers hits that 3 on the wing, and that bumps it out to 8. Center Grove comes back, gets a bucket to make it 6, but then McCullough gets a 3-pointer to bump it about to 9, and Center Grove has not been closer than that. And both teams, or at least Brownsburg, has cleared the bench. Ava Grant's going to get another look, and another 3.
Ava Grant's had 2 really consistent games today. Great production. 10 points earlier today. 17 here in the nightcap. Well done by Ava Grant.
Jen going to get another foul, and that's going to allow 40 for them, who's not on our roster.
Somebody probably from the junior varsity team for Brownsburg. Some free throws.
Drains it.
Got it. might be her first varsity point, possibly.
Ava Grant gets a seat on the bench there. Lily Bischoff also out.
So Center Grove has won this championship the last 2 years. Runner-up this year as Gilliard scores. She has 19 points.
Wow, that was a great save. Don't foul.
Timeout called by Coach Sable with 33 seconds left.
Well, Kevin, we were tasked with the all-tournament team, right? You're gonna make
never easy.
Never easy.
For Jeffersonville, how about McKenna Taylor today? She's a freshman, shot it incredibly well in both games today.
Man, that really impressive freshman. She kind of snuck up on us in that second half of that first game, Kevin, by having a lot of shots, and then in that nightcap, the consolation game, man, she had 27. So kudos to that young lady. Also, North Knox, Alex McKinley is going to get it for North Knox. Did she have 25, I think, in that second game, and 12 in that first game against Center Grove. So,
and then here in this championship contest, obviously Avery Gordon, just incredible effort tonight all day long.
You think she deserved that, Kevin?
31 points tonight, 30 early, 60-something. That's just incredible, 61 points.
Man.
That's a great day.
Yeah, she came in averaging 19.5 points a game, and she's going to end today with probably bumping her average up to 22 or 23 for the year. Yes, easy call there on Avery Gordon. The other one from Brownsburg, an easy call to me, is Elle McCullough. She was fantastic this morning, got them going. And then tonight, she's hit just enough big shots. She's got 9 tonight with a foul on Center Grove. So that's 4, Kevin. That leaves 2 spots.
For Center Grove, not easy. A lot of good efforts today, but Ava Grant, both games very consistent, and also Grayson Gilliard had 2 really strong games today. So a lot of great talent here today.
Yeah, and Ava Grant this morning had 10, and tonight she's up to 17, Kevin. So 27 on the day for her, and then Grayson Gilliard, like you said, 10 this morning, and then she had – also 19, I think, tonight. So
yeah, she's at 19 tonight. Lily Bischoff, great effort earlier today. 17 points against North Knox. Final seconds in this one. And a score by 44. Her first 2.
Sonia, that's going to be a girl that I think she's a freshman as well, Kevin, 6'4".
Brownsburg wins at 66-48. They are the 2025 Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament champs. What a great effort by Coach Sable and the Brownsburg Bulldogs. State contender for sure.
Well, that's crazy, Kevin. They end that. So Center Grove got it cut to 5. And then just absolutely huge shots. Huge shots there in the fourth quarter. Center Grove, it was 42-37, Kevin. 5-point game, and then Brownsburg outscored them by 13 for the remainder of the game to win.
We'd also like to announce our all-tournament team. Selections made for this team based on individual stats and team success, voted and selected by the media. From Jeffersonville, McKenna Taylor. From North Knox, Alex McKinley. From Brownsburg, Avery Gordon. And Elle McCullough. And from Center Grove, Ava Grant and Grayson Gilliard. Everyone, again, thank you for attending the 3rd annual Carol Tumey Girls Basketball Tournament. Please
Trophy presented to Brownsburg, and also the all-tournament team announced over the PA. Great day of basketball, Rick Embry. Very impressed with all 4 teams. North Knox at 2A coming in to play some 4A teams, and boy, did they represent themselves so well today. Tough loss against Center Grove this morning, but came back and beat Jeffersonville tonight. And Brownsburg, again, a state contender. They look great tonight against a really good Center Grove team. I think Center Grove, if they keep improving, they could be a state contender as well.
Yeah, just too many turnovers, Kevin, and then obviously they had a couple runs in them, but it still felt like, Kevin, both of those games today, Center Grove kind of shaking off that 10, 11-day rust of not playing a game since the 21st of December. But that's not taking anything away from this Brownsburg team. Brownsburg actually played last week. But Brownsburg was the better team. They were the better team, dominant performance this morning. They win by over 20, and then tonight they win by 18. And well-deserved by the Brownsburg Bulldogs.
Celebrating at midcourt. Rick and I will take a quick break, be back, tally the scoring for you, and wrap this one up from the Vandy. Great day of basketball here at Center Grove High School. 2025 Carroll Tumey Holiday Tournament champs, the Brownsburg Bulldogs. This is CG Girls Basketball presented by the Center Grove Girls Basketball League.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
The Vandy here at Center Grove High School. Final time tonight. 4 wonderful games today here in the Carroll Tumey Holiday Tournament. Brownsburg takes home the trophy. Center Grove runner-up. 3rd place, North Knox and Jeffersonville in the 4th spot. Rick, you have our scores from tonight's championship game.
Yeah, first we'll do it for the runner-up, Center Grove Trojans. They were led in scoring by Grayson Gilliard. She had 19 points, 12 of those in the second half. Ava Grant followed that with 17, all 17 in the second half for Ava, including 5 threes. Then Lily Bischoff had 5. Mackenzie Pierce had 3. Haley Wagner and Emerson Vulcan both had a pair for 2 points. For Brownsburg, the Carroll Tumey Classic champion, they were led in scoring once again by their unbelievable senior Purdue commit, Avery Gordon, who followed up her 30-point performance in the semifinals with 31 tonight. Just unbelievable. Then Elle McCullough, 3 big threes again. She had 9. Delaney Steers had 7, and those 7 were huge in the 4th quarter for Brownsburg. Claire Miller had 2. Bree Brown had 5. Lanaya Joaquin had 1. Sammy Clark had a 3 for 3. Gabby Harvey had 2. And then 2 unnamed girls off of the bench and off of their roster had a 1 and 2 apiece late in garbage time.
So the Center Grove Trojans back in action Thursday night, hosting the Carmel Greyhounds. It'll be senior night. Junior varsity at 6, varsity at 7:30. We'll be here with the live stream. So the Trojans will have a few days to prepare for the Carmel Greyhounds. And then coming up on Saturday, next Saturday, the Trojans will go to Jennings County to play the Panthers, varsity at 6 o'clock, and the boys team will play at 7:30. So one of those doubleheaders with the girls going first and the boys going second. And speaking of the boys basketball team, they're in action tomorrow night. They'll be at Floyd Central, and then they'll have an afternoon game at Perry Meridian on Saturday. So starting to pick up a lot here in this 2025 year, especially now that we have the holiday kind of break behind us.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Stuckmeyer will be happy to get back into more of a regular routine. Girls going to class during the day. He's got practice after school, and then they can get into 2 or 3 games during the week. And man, this schedule for Center Grove in the month of January, after that Carmel game, which Carmel is much improved this year from where they were the last couple years. Then you got 3 tough road games at Jennings County, at Columbus North, who last time I checked were 12-2, at Lawrence North, who's a top 4 team. And then you got Cathedral at home here, and then you got the number 1 team in the state, Hamilton Southeastern, before you finish with Greenwood before sectional. So a very, very tough January, but that's exactly what you want if you're Coach Stuckmeyer, to get yourself ready for that new sectional that Center Grove will play in at Franklin Central. And obviously Center Grove and Franklin Central probably the 2 favorites in that come sectional time at the beginning of February.
Rick, appreciate your work today. It was a fun day of basketball.
Absolutely. I got to go home. I got to, drink that hot cider or something like that. I'm not a tea guy to help me with my voice, so hot cider, maybe sprinkled with something in there. Watch the Boilermakers tonight, hopefully get a win. And it was a fun day, Kevin. Appreciate CGGBL for their sponsorship of this wondrous event to honor the great Carol Tumey.
Well said. So once again, your final score, 66-48. Brownsburg with the win over Center Grove in the championship. The Bulldogs now 12-3 on the season. Center Grove at 13-2. Tonight's coverage of the 3rd annual Carol Tumey Holiday Tournament was produced by CG Sports Network. Our presenting sponsor was the Center Grove Girls Basketball League. The CG girls basketball team once again back in action this Thursday at home against Carmel. JV at 6, varsity at 7:30. We will be here with the live stream. It will be senior night for the Center Grove Trojans. Until next time, this is Kevin Conrad for Rick Embry and Tony Marlin, and our camera operator Sam Venegas saying good night, everyone, from Center Grove High School.